Say what?
The Itiszzz box. Did you make the Itiszzz page?
No.
You not blocked though, Keisha, are you?
No. Oh, that's for Brian. See? The 3 ingredients that Chef Sea Salt had to cook with this week was picked by the one and only. Don't do it. Keisha, go ahead. What was the ingredients? So, I'm going to start with the last one first. White flour. They got black flour? Or?
Nah, but you
go
got
ahead.
white flour. Then we have portobello mushroom.
Yes.
And then we have cotton candy. That fluffy stuff.
Yeah. Wake up with some pain, but you still go to work. Turn into machines who can calculate our worth. Take you out the ghetto, put you on the beach and surf. You ain't wanna wait, so I'm guessing you unsure. Kiss you in the face, chewing Mentos, feel the burn. Love the way you drive on the freeway, feel the curves. I don't wanna swerve, tryna hit you when I merge. Do it with some merge, are you late to say yes sir? On the freeway, I'll be late again. This ain't what I want, but I'll be making it. On the freeway, I'll be late again. This ain't what I want, but I'll be making it. No, life ain't fair, but this really don't come to me. Yeah. Life ain't fair, but this really don't come to me. Yeah. Trafficking. I all my friends make it back soon. This world wasn't right. Could've just made it right. Why you kill my dog tonight? I put my mans on this. Don't be scared, get bands on this. Don't feed down your hands on this. Little nigga is your brand on tip. Get money while these all at the lean and cut. Is it you? All this world, why can't you move? Moving fast, cruising down the freeway. I'll be late again. This ain't what I want, but I'll be making it. On the freeway, I'll be late again. This ain't what I want, but I'll be making it. No, life ain't fair, but this really don't come to me. Yeah. Life ain't fair, but this really don't come to me. Yeah. On the freeway, I'll be late again. No, life ain't fair. Life ain't fair. Wake up with some pain, but you still go to work. Turn into machines who can calculate our worth. Take you out the ghetto, put you on the beach and surf. You ain't wanna wait, so I'm guessing you unsure. Kiss you in the face, chewing mental, feel the burn. Love the way you drive on the freeway, feel the curves. I don't wanna swerve, tryna hit you when I merge. Do it with some merge, are you late to say yes sir? On the freeway, I'll be late again. This ain't what I want, but I'll be making it. On the freeway, I'll be late again. This ain't what I want, but I'll be making it. No, life ain't fair, but this really don't count to me. Yeah. Life ain't fair, but this really don't count to me. Yeah. Trafficking. I all my friends make it back soon. This world wasn't right. Could've just made it right. Why you kill my dog tonight? I put my mans on this. Don't be scared, get bands on this. Don't feed down your hands on this. Little nigga, is your brand on tip. Get money while these all let the lean and cut. Is it you? All this world, why can't you move? Moving fast, cruising down the freeway. I'll be late again. This ain't what I want, but I'll be making it. On the freeway, I'll be late again. This ain't what I want, but I'll be making it. No, life ain't fair, but this really don't count to me. Yeah. Life ain't fair, but this really don't count to me. Yeah. On the freeway, I'll be late again. No, life ain't fair. Life ain't fair. No, life ain't fair. I'm glad you got it. Yeah. Wake up with some pain, but you still go to work. Turn into machines who can calculate our worth. Take you out the ghetto, put you on the beach and surf. You ain't wanna wait, so I'm guessing you unsure. Kiss you in the face, chewing mental, feel the burn. Love the way you drive on the freeway, feel the curves. I don't wanna swerve, tryna hit you when I merge. Do it with some merge, are you late to say yes sir? On the freeway, I'll be late again. This ain't what I want, but I'll be making it.
Just bring her on
Water.
for these ingredients.
Why?
Chef C saw in the house.
Goodie. What up, though, Chef C Salt? Wow. You know what? Get here. Ooh. What do we have here that smells divine?
We have full popcorn chicken. And tell us how you use those ingredients. Okay, so backstory. A while ago on TikTok, there was this craze of making vegan food from just flour and water. So I had the idea as soon as she said flour. Okay, so I took the idea of doing that. But what I never saw was I didn't see anybody fry it. So I took it for myself to take the flour and the water and mix it together with some seasonings and some spices and what have you.
Gotcha.
And then I deep fried.
Deep fried flour. And now it looks like that.
Yes, and now it looks like that.
Okay.
Yes. And it is stuffed. It's a stuffed
bowl
popcorn chicken.
I'm just done.
It smells. I'm not even gonna hold you up. It smells like chicken.
What is this?
That is a cotton candy caramel raspberry chipotle sauce.
Oh, you made another sauce?
Yeah.
We got another sauce. You know that trick? Hold on.
Oh my
it's there. So make your pre-order.
So
Hit any of us up for that trippy sauce. But we got another sauce, and I'm excited because the trippy sauce came from another 3 ingredients. So if this sauce hit, you might got another sauce.
So it's stuffed with the portobello mushrooms. I sauteed portobello mushrooms with some shallots and some garlic, and then I put it in the food processor with some heavy cream and some seasoning, and some Parmesan cheese and cream cheese. Parmesan cheese and cream cheese, yes.
I can't tell y'all.
But she got in Jordan.
I am so excited. I'm just so excited because I didn't think I knew it was gonna be something because she's special, but I didn't know it was gonna be nothing like this. Come on, y'all. Come on.
Okay, go ahead. Try it.
Everybody grab a
Everybody
grab a ball.
I'm gonna get some ASMR and do the scratch.
No,
we're not gonna do
we ain't got
that.
time.
Hey, try that. Can you?
So would you like me to taste this without the sauce first?
Yes.
What would you like to
Without the sauce first? Oh no, you already got me.
I just wanted to show you
the sauce on the bottom?
It don't matter.
See that?
Oh, okay.
I think that's a mushroom, y'all.
That's the mushroom
Inside of there.
Well, let's bite it. Let's bite it. Let's bite it.
Okay, I'm gonna bite it.
Did you get any of the sauce? Mom?
Nah, yeah, you said don't do it.
There's got it on there.
There's
Oh.
That's okay. I'm gonna look at y'all face. I like sauce. Look at that. I don't care. Look. Oh.
What is this?
You gotta say one for blue.
Zoink, Scooby!
Wow.
Who got corn?
Don't double dip.
You gotta turn the plate around.
Okay, hold on. Can you get that with that sauce on there? Look at that, it's dripping, y'all. Look at that. Here we go.
Ain't nobody saying that.
I'm done. I'm done.
No, that's it. That's all I got. That's all I got. He spilled as you.
Don't be telling his business.
Oh, it's lit.
Oh, you just told his business. He said, don't. Okay, I'm gonna take one more. I only have one. The last two are yours. I didn't get a lip sauce.
Man,
Because y'all don't listen.
I just want to say, this
It's not showing
is so good. You might smack your mama for it. Don't get no idea. Oh my God. The texture. I can't even. How do you make flour taste like that?
I don't know the science behind it. But
Yeah, but
I still work.
it's so good.
Another one.
She could sell this, y'all. I'm telling you.
now I can't say that I experimented with this twice. This being the second time. The first time I did it, it was a difference in flour. Now the first flour that I tried was bread flour. Now I don't know what happened, but I'm guessing because it has more gluten in it. It was puffier. It puffed up like a balloon, and then it shriveled up. But then when I did it with this, it was real loose. You kind of had to mold it together. It's so clean.
So fresh and so clean.
Okay, so this can be an appetizer on anybody's menu.
Yes, it can.
So,
This is.
After you name it.
so Chef Keisha,
I'm
These-
with y'all. I can't do
You
it.
ain't gonna. That's why.
these were your ingredients. What is your rate?
2,000.
Andre.
3,000. 2,000.
That's your rate. Stop.
That's how good this shit is.
Yeah, it's over 10. It's that 1 to 10 is behind.
It's over
10.
that.
It's called murder.
So, Trippy sent in 3 ingredients
Okay.
for this week. Trippy is fat, it's curved, and full of fat.
When you say Trippy. His name's so fresh. You gotta say the whole thing.
Trippy Uzumaki.
Trippy Uzumaki. Uzumaki.
Is that and I have
Uzumaki.
the 3 ingredients.
Uzumaki. Hard.
You guys want to get ingredients?
Uzumaki.
Oh my God.
3 ingredients. Number 1, strawberry applesauce.
Okay, I can get with that.
Second ingredient, butter.
Oh yeah, I can get with that.
That's a good one. Third and last ingredient, Thousand Island dressing.
Yes.
Can you taste each one of those?
Yes.
Yes.
That is
Oh,
the
That's a
3
good one.
I'm excited
and
about
I'm
that.
excited.
I'm excited. That's
She can do some stuff with that.
yeah, she could.
I can't see it.
No.
It'll be this one. It'd be like, oh my God.
This gonna be like the Nutter Butter chicken. This
you
might
hope.
be. This might be.
This gonna be like the full popcorn chicken.
That's after the Nutter Butter chicken.
Oh my God.
No, for sure.
Well,
No, for sure.
okay.
Because I'm about to ask her to cook it again.
Because in all fairness, yes. Because in all fairness, and it's only next because the Nutter Butter chicken was first. But I had when she
You
made
had
the Nutter Butter.
Yeah.
Well, I ain't gonna take my moment.
Okay, sorry.
Dang. I had the Nutter Butter. They had chicken. I had tofu.
They for real?
Yes, that baby did everything she did to the chicken, but she did it to my tofu. And I love her for it.
You know, we might go ahead and run that Nutter Butter chicken video.
We need to see it. Because we keep talking about every
They
talent.
need to see it because we've
Yeah.
been talking about it too much. They need to see how that Nutter
How
Butter
it came into.
how it was made and what it looked like.
So Sierra, Chef Seesaw, she's Sierra. She's AKA Chef Seesaw. Chef Seesaw, AKA Sierra. She got when this is over, we gotta ask her to make some more.
So how you feeling about the new ingredients? Strawberry applesauce, buttermilk, and Thousand
I'm
Island dressing.
excited.
It's another one.
I'm
right.
excited about those.
Major,
Thank you.
major food.
Thank you.
So I guess we're gonna close it out.
What we gonna do?
Word to your aunties.
Mic drop.
No, let's try something else.
Whoa.
Let's try something else. I mean, words to your auntie. No,
Where's your
can we try something else?
We want that cool the aunties.
So can we 1, 2, 3 words to your auntie then?
All right.
1, 2, 3. Words to your auntie.
Mr. Cocky in this bitch, nigga. Get the jacket, nothing less. Get a sack, double up and smoke the rest. Anybody have a trip, we was on next, and I ain't even try to flex. Bitches love me, feel comfortable in the flesh. Ask the question, do you love me? Not yet. She still trying to be the best. Sign shit, swear you sound just like my mama. Bitch, she gotta know I'm him, cause she still worried about my problems. We coming through pissed off, but I hide your every jelly. Yeah, I had to fall back, but I get right back. Pop it, look, hated to love it, don't give a fuck, bitch, I'ma get it. Pop it and tuck it, tip my shoulder, yeah, I'm tripping. It's never nothing with the exception, shit up, just listen. Got money on my mind, baby, better mind your business. If you try me, you get stepped on, I'll slap you, my left arm, skin condolences early, I'm a player, you might get let on. So I'm such a blessed charm, and even on my best form, still die for the streets, wise, when we there to get left on. You out of beats and get some money, ain't no common sense, do anything for money, got me kicked up out my mama crib. And up with my brother, show no loving to the opposites, which want to go to hill like hell, no, I just be causing it. Let's worry about these bitches, I'm gonna worry about a buck. No, I can't.
Welcome to Detroit. Man, I love this city. But I represent that east side, the 48205, the red zone, one of the most notorious zip codes in the United States of America. I'm Champ Town, and this is the Itiszzz, where celebrities and legends of the hood eat good, drink good, and talk shit.
Yo, what's good in your hood? You already know what time it is. This is the Itiszzz. Standing to the left of me, you know who she is, my lovely wife, Keisha. What the hell did that shirt say?
Hey,
It's called Pop, Not Soda. Shout out to my man Jim.
Edge Men Printing.
Edge Men Printing. And you know, to the right, as usual, is my man. It's all about the Benjamins, baby. Being Hot Mix Quayton.
World Wide Web, what's happening?
And none other than the one and only, the Hoodie Mac herself. None other than
Whatever.
the R&B songstress, Kayla Unique.
Hey y'all.
So what's up, fellas? How's everybody? What's going on up in the Itis? What's up, Keisha? Talk to me.
Fellas.
Today,
Wait.
Lady.
We split.
Wait.
2 and 2.
you got that hoodie on, you know.
You
I'm
I will fight you. No relation on air. I will fight you.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Hey.
what's going on, Keisha? We got your favorite MC of the golden era in this bitch. What's going on? How you feeling today?
I'm so stinking.
We ain't gonna talk about that right now.
What's going on?
We gonna wait the whole day to try to get.
What's up?
So
Yes.
we know he not eating.
No eating for him.
It's on you now. Talk to me.
Go
What's
ahead.
going on?
How
What's
you
going on?
feeling
Talk to me.
about the guest today? Go ahead.
I know you're blushing and all that.
Man, she can't even
I
talk.
feel awesome.
Who was the guest again?
Uh,
It's the man we all know and love.
oh man, it's gonna be kind of hype today, huh?
Yeah.
It's gonna be kind of hype today. But you know, Mixer, we gotta kick it. You know how we always kick it, man.
Well, you know.
It already went down.
Avengers Assemble.
Not only did the Avengers assemble, it was off the chain. I saw the first episode of this right
That's
here.
what you want to call it.
Yeah. I hear some hate in the room.
Yeah, that's hate because that was off the hook.
Not hate. It was just a little. I don't know.
A little predictable, but I will say that. But
I fuck with Anthony Mackie though.
yeah.
For sure.
You know, it's long overdue. Everybody was anticipating this. I think they, you know, we talked about the other show, WandaVision.
You say
And,
the other show.
I know how y'all feel about WandaVision, so I don't want to go too far into that. But you know, for the first episode, you know, it's laying some foundations. It's showing, you know, a little bit of after, you know, the snap, and you know, everybody's, you know,
They
in
call it
game.
the blip.
Yeah, the blip.
After
And
the blip.
after the blip.
AKA coronavirus.
Oh,
Think about
5
it.
years.
Just saying.
Well,
yeah.
I've been saying 2025 the whole time, but
Yeah, 5
because
years.
nobody wants to.
When
Yeah,
half
for
of the
sure.
population was wiped out by Thanos,
Trump. Like this.
like
Like
this,
that.
Everybody life changed like
like
this.
this. It was before Christmas, 2018.
I'm just
Mm.
saying. I'm just saying.
But
But
yeah, great show. I enjoyed it.
I look forward to seeing another episode.
Yeah.
I want to say that. I don't think that
Well, it
really-
hit you hard the first episode. You know,
The beginning was hard.
they kept you. You know, well, I don't know if they anticipated. You know, some people not liking WandaVision because I enjoyed it.
Well,
But-
they anticipated
I mean,
correctly.
that first scene, it was reminiscent of the comic books of Falcon because they just scratched the surface because I guess he wasn't the main character
Mhm.
in, you know, the movies. But yeah, you got a little glimpse of
Yeah, it was
what
What
wild.
he
Falcon
can
was
do,
all about.
yeah.
Yeah,
He was cold the first 20 minutes.
'Cause, you
Sam Wilson. It was no joke in the comic books, and
know, right? Do you know his name? His actor, the actor that's acting like Sam Wilson. Okay.
Anthony Mackie.
Yeah. Can I tell you when I first? Oh no, I thought he said Sam.
No, I said Anthony
No, that's-
Mackie when it, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm
Falcon
saying
is Sam
for a
Wilson.
reason. Sam, yeah.
And then
Okay.
Winter
Anthony
Soldier
Mackie.
is Bucky Barnes.
Yeah, that's Chef C sauce, man.
Uh,
But I just want to say,
we heard a woo from the background.
a new
She was across the street talking about
I always like Anthony Mackie, and I just want to say that when he did the hammer, he putting on the hits with LL or lip sync with LL Cool J.
Uh-huh.
He went on there and did the hammer.
Uh-huh.
Oh. He was getting in the lyrics art. I just loved him that much more. That's all. I just wanted to say.
Okay.
Don't have nothing to do with nothing,
I didn't see
guy.
the lip sync. I'm gonna look it up.
Oh man, he killed
And I'll probably
it.
get a good chuckle out of that.
He killed it.
Well, Kayla been staying up late at night watching her favorite 4-hour movie, The Justice League. Has anybody seen this? I mean, we know Kayla ain't really seen it. I'm just messing with you. Have anybody seen the 4-hour Justice League? What is the purpose of this? Why?
Well,
I need Mixer.
It's good. I started. I won't tell the lie that I made it through all 4 hours without sleeping.
That's a problem.
No, it's repetitious in parts because it's the same.
It's the same movie, but it's different.
The same movie,
right?
But it seems more serious and it's a little more focused. So I guess that was their way of. He's like, I needed this, but you didn't give it to me. Mm-hmm. So not 1984 Wonder Woman. Bombed. They figured they need a little redemption, and this is it for true DC fans. Do
you mean that in the same way that you meant WandaVision was good, or you mean?
No, I mean seriously. It's more focused into. It just tells the story a little better, a little more in detail, and I enjoyed what I saw so far. Like I say, I ain't gonna lie.
But
it's long.
You're a hardworking man.
Yeah, it's long. So, it's a long movie. 4 hours is a long time to tell you the same story over and over again.
Man, 4 hours. That's crazy.
But it's good though.
Well, we know
it's a daytime movie.
We know it's like what's this? The first couple days of spring.
Yeah.
So we know everybody out there gonna want to get their barbecue on. So I have a suggestion for you all: the right barbecue sauce for you.
Don't bite your fingertips off, eating that trap sauce.
Rolling with 12 succulent mouth-watering herbs and spices. Baste with it, marinate with it, and barbecue with it. Trapsauce.com.
Talk to me, Kayla. That's your sauce right there. Talk to me, Kayla.
Trap sauce with 2 peas.
When you first experienced that, how was that laying for you?
Look, y'all. Always got to keep a full bottle in the house. Stuff get real shaky in the house when we ain't got this. Cause he drink it all. But it's a sauce. it's a sauce that you can literally use for everything. Like I don't think I have used anything else since trying trap sauce. I feel like it should be in everybody's home. It need to be in Walmart. Put all those other barbecue sauces away. And just get you some trap. It's better than Sweet Baby Ray's. See, I know our people like Sweet Baby Ray's. But you got to get some trap sauce.
Yeah, you need it in your life.
You got to get the trap sauce.
That's a pretty serious statement,
you know
there.
What I'm saying? Trapsauce.com. Trap with 2 P's. Go ahead and order it now. Ooh, it's awful.
Not your fault. It's your fault.
No, it ain't. Look, it's still not your fault.
I don't know what to tell you, but it's TRAPPSAUCE.com.
And that's where you gotta go and get it.
You gotta get it.
Get your trap sauce.
Hey, let's don't waste no time. It's about to go down. We about to educate y'all on some hip hop. Just in case you don't remember, and in case you need to remember, I'm gonna play a little something first. So you will remember for the rest of your life what's about to go down here on the Itiszzz today.
I kick it. One of these kids is doing his own thing. One of these kids is one and the same. One of these kids is doing his own thing. Now it's time to say his name. What's his name? It's the man we all know and love. What's his name? I think his name is KWAME. Oh yeah, that's him. Look, his name is KWAME. We all know and love. KWAME. I came home, there was company. Some young lady, friend of the family. Coming with the strut, showing all maturity. She looked me over once just to make sure it's me. She hadn't any kids, no rings that she carried, so I quickly assumed this pretty girl wasn't married. The girl was fly, cover not grown. Kissed me on the cheek and said, "Look how he's grown." Compliments on my shoes, clothes, and some saying to my mother,
Great. From
Now, for the fame, I kinda
NYC,
had the hot
New
shoes
York
back
City.
with my mother
I mean,
and
he
my
was in
baby.
Philly so much, I thought he was from Philly, but we're going to talk about all that. This is one of the most original hip-hop artists ever in the history of hip-hop. Hate if you like, love would be the recommendation here because he's all love when it comes to this man. He's multi-platinum producer. He also composed music for motion pictures as well. This is the one and only, the king of the polka dot, the boy genius himself. I'm talking about kWAME.
That was a great intro, man.
Yeah, great.
The only person that could give a better intro than that was like my mom or somebody like that. That was a good one.
We're happy to have you here, man. We gonna chop it up hard tonight, dog.
Yeah, man, let's go. Let's go. I came and I heard y'all talking about my movie Justice League.
Oh, let's hear it from the professional, Mr.
But see,
Batman.
like, look, I'm like the ultimate comic book toy collector. Like, I'm a geek at heart. Like, I'm a musician on one end, but I'm a geek on the other. So I think my take on the Justice League movie may be a little bit different than somebody just watching a movie. So, you know, I'm never going to try to change somebody's opinion. I'm never going to try to make somebody like something they may not like. But for me, I absolutely loved it. The 4 hours that only felt like 1 hour to me. It wasn't like a thing where I was drained to watch it. And I started watching it at 1 o'clock in the morning when it dropped. So
that was my mistake.
Nah, like I started drifting around like 4:30. You know what I'm saying? But I trooped through the rest of it. But I just like this was something that I had to see because I knew so much of the story behind it that I needed to see how it was fixed. First of all, the first and foremost, the character Cyborg, the black brother in the movie. Yeah. You know, if you watch this movie, you see that the movie pretty much centered around him. Yep. And for the last 4 years, that actor Ray Fisher has been complaining about
race war,
discrimination, and things with the second director that jumped on board. And nobody was believing him, and nobody understood why. You know, he was claiming that, you know, there was some type of discrimination going on. And to see this movie and to go back to the original movie and to literally see every single black character cut out of the theatrical movie is amazing to me. Like to see that they all systematically got cut out. And this actor was like, yo, the new director, Josh Whedon, man, he don't rock with us, man. I'm trying to tell you, it was sexual harassment. It was racial discrimination on the set. It was so much going on. So when you see this 4 hour body of work and you see that it was centered around the black character, goes to show that all he was beefing about for the past 4 years was pretty much true. Among other things, you know, and you know, and it was a good thing. Like the woman who played Wonder Woman and the cat who played Aquaman, they all stepped up to the plate and was like, yo, he's not lying. This ain't what we filmed. We filmed something totally different, and dude came in and chopped the whole thing up. And so, you know, and the fact that a lot of people don't know that Zack Snyder, two things happened when he was filming the movie. Can we curse on this show?
Yes, you can. Yes, okay. You can. Yes,
so when Zack Snyder was filming the original movie, Warner Brothers was pretty much dick riding Marvel, and and Warner Brothers wanted the Zack Snyder's vision to be a little bit more lighter and playful, like Marvel films were. So they were like, "Yo, man, we spending all this money and we see the direction you're going. We want something like the Avengers. So Zack Snyder was like, well, if you want something like the Avengers, I'll get the dude who did the Avengers to finish the movie. If y'all so hype, you know what I'm saying? If y'all hype like that, so they brought Joss Whedon in, and then at the same time, unfortunately, Zack Snyder's daughter Zoe committed suicide. So Zack had to all the way leave. So when Zack left, Joss Whedon stepped in with his Avengers cape on and literally had everybody reshoot 75% of the movie.
Oh my God.
So the movie came out, people trashed the movie, and it was literally 75% taken out. So you know, Zack Snyder's wife, who's a producer, Christopher Nolan, the director, who was also an executive producer, advised Zack Snyder, like, look, y'all went through a whole lot. You spent a lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of money making this movie. Whatever you do, never watch the movie that's in the movie theater. Never watch it. It'll break your heart. So he never watched it. And the fans understood where he was trying to go. And this shows the power of fan participation. For 4 years, they petitioned for them to release the original movie. And after 4 years, after all this petitioning, Warner Brothers gave Zack Snyder $70 million more to finish what he started, and this is what we get. So, you know, there's a lot of backstory, and I appreciate the fact that they were able to do that. But I'm not gonna go too far on the movie.
Hey, I appreciate you being the geek you are, because you just educated me so hard. You know, I'm gonna watch that shit tonight. On some real shit, on some realness.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been
try to stay awake.
I've been debating, should I watch it? Should I not watch it? Like, 4 hours, but hearing it from you, I'm watching that shit.
Nah, it's a great movie. For me, it didn't feel like 4 hours because I hated the first one so much. So I was so into, like, let me see what ain't there. I just want to see the difference. I was so into seeing what was different. And they gave you the story of the black character Cyborg. They gave you the second Wonder Woman movie we should have got.
Oh, because that last one was horrible.
Yo, let me tell you something. Wonder Woman goes so heavy in this movie.
Yeah.
She beats the brakes off of people throughout the whole movie. Batman goes super heavy. You know, even like, for example, The Flash. The Flash in the first version, he just shows up and he's kind of quirky. But in this version, his story, he's in love with a black woman. You know what I'm saying?
Like the comic book. Yeah.
They totally cut it out. So they show that setup. They show the setup between him and his father, who's on lockdown, and they show the reason why he's doing the things he's doing. It's a pure setup. Even Aquaman, they set him up. It's better. His story in this movie is better than the Aquaman movie. So it's like, you know, they just break so many things down, and it couldn't be anything less than 4 hours to break all of that stuff down.
Man, that sounds.
I did notice the details that were involved, and I should have waited until I was a little more rested to try and watch it. But from the beginning, I was able to tell, okay, they're going to get real detail with it. I was just a little too beat down. I'm going to read it on the daytime, watch it, so I don't fall out.
And my last thing, and the thing is, you know, for all the comic book geeks out there, you know, a lot of people will try to compare certain things in this movie. If you're into the Marvel films, like the main villain, these things called the mother boxes, these square boxes they're using, they're going to try to compare that to the situation in the Avengers and the Infinity Stone. But with people, if you don't know comics like that, that thing that you saw in the Marvel films was a straight jack of those characters from DC. Thanos is a jack, 100% jack of Darkseid, the main villain. You know, the Infinity Stones and all that stuff. Those came in the 80s, where Darkseid and Steppenwolf and all these characters you see in this DC movie, came in the 60s. So, you know, it was just the fact that Marvel was able to do it first in the film, or, you know, do it first and achieve that greatness with it. So a lot of times people will try to compare and say, oh, they copying off of Marvel, when it's literally the other way around. But, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, they've been doing that to each other for a little while now. You know, they've been, you know, so. But I never really followed DC as heavy as I did with Marvel. I kind of connected with Marvel based on, you know, some of the storylines. But now hearing your spin on Cyborg, I may revisit some of that because, like I said, I connected with the Sam Wilsons and T'Challas and, you know, the whole story. Because you saw these people color, Photon and all these different people. You saw them like in the 80s and 90s versions of these movies. And to see this, okay, I may have to check it out a little more in depth, though.
So
I will give it to Marvel. Marvel is the first company to incorporate black heroes, like from Black Panther on out. You know, anything before that, any black character that was in comic books before that were like the Sambo type characters, or the helper, or the butler, or there was never no superhero. Yeah. So Marvel, I give it to Marvel for creating Black Panther and Falcon and Photon and all these other characters after that. So that's a good thing.
Yeah,
that's dope. Man, the first time I witnessed kWAME, it was at a show. I think it was Joe Louis Arena in Detroit. I think you was on the Salt and Pepper tour or something. Your record wasn't even out yet. And they just let you run out and do the man they all know and love. No one heard of you yet. You had a Batman shirt on and you just rocked the entire arena. I was like, who the hell is this kid? He looked like because we're the same age. So I'm like, this kid look like he my age. Like, you ripped it down. Do you recall that show in Detroit?
Definitely. I definitely recall. If I'm not mistaken, wasn't NWA on that show?
Yeah.
It was NWA, Eazy-E, NWA, Salt and Pepper, Too Short, DOC, JJ Fad, Kid and Play wasn't on that show, and then and I was on it too. So some nights they would let me run out and do something, and other nights, depending on the city, they would let me do a whole set. So
that was crazy.
Yeah, and I used to rock this long black trench coat with a big giant Batman button. And that was in '89 when the Batman movie just came out. So I've been doing my geek thing for forever. So this ain't nothing new. I came out with my Batman shit on. So I definitely remember that show though. Yeah,
because we didn't hear of you. You just, in the midst of the NWA era and all that, you were like a breath of fresh air for hip hop. Let me
even go further. How about this? And maybe since y'all from Detroit, y'all can clarify this. So one of the first cats I met in Detroit hanging out, and I don't know if it was this show, it might have been another show after that, was Isham. And Isham and his brother James.
Yes.
And the first tape I got from them, they handed me this red tape, Isham's Booming. Yeah. And us being from New York, we're like, what the hell is this devil shit? But but Isham and James was so cool, and then we all went and hung out. We went to this club, and I was tripping because I don't know what the club this was, but it was like a balcony. I remember the balcony. I remember looking over the balcony, and everybody was doing this dance, but in a circle, and they was just dancing around in this circle. And I was like, yo, what are they doing out here in Detroit? We got devil rap. We got these people dancing. I didn't know what was going on. But he told me what the name of the dance was. He was calling it the gangster something. I don't remember what it was. But everybody was just dancing in this weird circle, man. That was like my earliest memory of Detroit. But I loved it.
Hey, that's classic. Let me hit you with something. Me and Isham were best friends since second grade.
Wow.
Isham, before he was a rapper, he was my beatboxer. He used to beatbox. But him, James, and his cousin, they had a rap group called the Def Art Crew. And they're actually from New York. They're from
Esham-
Evansville, New York. Esham's from New York.
Oh, I never knew that.
Yeah, so he came to Detroit when he was like in the 3rd grade or so. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so Esham went on. I mean, to keep it 100, Esham laid the foundation for Detroit hip hop. I mean, it was him that really went out there to sell those independent records first.
Yeah, man. That amazed me when James used to sit us down and tell us about how they were selling these tapes out of their trunk. You know, for us in New York, that nobody was doing that. You were trying to get a deal. You know what I'm saying? There was no make a deal for yourself. And James really put the battery, you know, like the pre-thought in my mind, like, yo, man, if anything goes south, we could just get it south, you know, and
later in your career.
Yeah. So it was like, you know, it was dope meeting them and everything.
Oh yeah, that's crazy, man. And you know, man, when I say, and the crazy part about it, I mean, it lit a fire up under me when Esham and then put the red tape out because he dissed me on it because we fell out. So I had to put the green tape and diss him back. So it made me go independent because I couldn't have Esham out there knowing he used to beatbox for me. Now he reigning supreme, so I had to do something. So I had to start my independent label, Straight Jacket Records, and you know, but Esham, like I always say, man, he is the godfather, man, of Detroit hip hop due to the fact that he put the stuff out independently in a big way, and he was really selling hundreds and thousands of records, man.
Yeah.
Now let me ask you this question. This is gonna be funny. How cool are you with Chuck Nice from 3 Times Dope?
Real cool.
Okay.
Like me and Chuck was like that. He bought this brand. I remember he bought this dope black BMW, and he let me drive it one day, and I wrecked the shit out of it.
Oh! You know, Flavor Flav did that to Ice-T. He tore Ice-T car up like that.
Man. He was in the car too. He looked like he wanted to cry, man. We was on the Brooklyn Bridge.
Oh. Wrecked that bitch. So
that's my dog.
This is the question I wanted to ask you. I want to see if I'm 100% correct.
Okay.
He was producing somebody from Detroit back in the day.
Who?
And this particular artist had got writer's block. And
what? Who was producing?
Chuck Nice.
Okay.
And he got writer's block. And they said they called this little 16-year-old, 15-year-old kid to come help this artist write. And he was a white boy with a hot top fade. Was you the kWAME that helped Kid Rock write for Step and Strive?
No.
That wasn't you?
I never helped anybody write.
Okay.
He said I did?
No, it was rumored. I just know he ran into some writer's block. And he was like, they said some young kid, he was like 15, I think his name was kWAME or something like that. And he kind of helped me with some of the
because by the time when I met Chuck, I was already the known kWAME. So it wasn't like some random kid named kWAME helped somebody write. So if I helped somebody write, they was gonna know I helped somebody write. So it wasn't like
that was something I just wanted to clear up. You know what I'm saying?
I've never met Kid Rock a day in my life.
You never met Speedball Bobby.
You ain't missing nothing.
I hate to interrupt.
Okay.
But Keisha gotta tell us what she cooking.
Okay.
We didn't wait so long, and she has not revealed.
I know. What up, Keisha?
Okay. What is your favorite thing? What is something that you would cheat? It'd be like your cheat day, and you would eat. No, not the Thanksgiving, because you can eat that every day.
You can't eat Thanksgiving every day. That's why they call it Thanksgiving. Who cooking Thanksgiving every day?
Shabu.
Shabu. You got shabu.
Okay, so this is the pot. I had the kelp in there, and I let it marinate in there and all that. And then here's all the other ingredients.
Yo.
So you have some
why you gotta show that to me?
You're killing
I have the some white button mushrooms, some shiitake mushrooms.
Bella.
The Bella mushrooms. Yep. What is that called? The
long,
the guy, the
long
big, I call them
onions.
big ass green onions at the Japanese store. I do have the tofu. That's not for you though, because I know you don't like that. Carrots.
Text me your address. I'll be right there.
Napa cabbage and the chrysanthemums.
Tangho,
the easiest one. Right. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it in the pot so it can cook. I also have let me show you the meat. We have the red meat. I know you're not into the red meat anymore.
No, but trust me, when nobody's looking, I'm eating that.
This is
thinless like short ribs.
Short ribs. Yeah, I got it over there, but I'm not.
It's okay.
I'm so sorry.
Is that beef?
And then I have.
Is that beef?
That was beef. This is chicken because Ben doesn't like chicken.
He doesn't like.
I don't eat red meat.
Yeah, Hamid doesn't eat red meat.
But Kwame doesn't.
So you about to do something? You about to do something unique because usually they don't have chicken on the shabu shabu, on the shabu shabu menu. So it's usually like salmon, or maybe shrimp. But I don't eat shellfish, so I've never even tried the shrimp or the salmon. I've only done the beef. So I want to know how that chicken is going to come out.
But wait, I'm gotta tell you how I made it my own. I'm gonna cook the meat on the grill.
No, you can't do that.
Yeah.
You gotta put the chicken on the grill.
I gotta cook the chicken on the grill at least.
Oh yeah, not the beef. The beef gotta go in the water.
And I'll just because he said no.
He said
no. Let me stop. Now I can't tell you how to cook. Like you the cook.
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
You the cook. I'm the consumer. I can't tell you.
Hey, this is our first time ever doing
my first time, right?
You're creating something. You're creating something unique that's your own. So do what you got to do. I'm coming over.
So I'm gonna go ahead and drop these tofu pieces in there.
I've driven to Detroit many times. So
he said he know his way around. He can find us.
I know how to drive. I know how to get to Detroit. Well, if I was on the East Coast, I'd be there in 12 hours.
That's a long drive now for you.
Yep, take 76 east. 76. What is it? Yeah, is it east? No, west. 76 west to whatever. I know how to get there.
He know how to get there.
So, man, the golden era, it was something real special about it, man. I mean, you had the KRS-One, you had the Rakim, you had the Run DMC, LL Cool J, NWA came near the end of it. For you to be so young and just create your own lane, talk to us about that, man. Because I know you probably got some slack because of the dye in the hair, the polka dots, but as a true artist, they had to respect you. So talk to me about that a little bit.
Well, it's the era I grew up in. If I got any slack, it was after the fact. But the era I grew up in was the fact that everybody had to be original. Nobody needed to look like each other. Nobody needed to sound like each other. Nobody had to have you would have got slack if you didn't have your own swag, if you didn't have your own way of presenting yourself. So for me, I felt like there was a certain type of kid that I represented. I was the kid in school where I was into my comic books and I was the artsy kid, but yet at the same time, I was cool with everybody. I had the thuggiest of thug friends. I had the nerdiest of nerd friends. Now, my nerd friends never got down with my thug friends, and I was always the kid in the middle. I was not I wasn't the fat rope sweatsuit type dude. That wasn't me. I was more what we used to call preppy or GQ style in school. And so that's what I just wanted to represent. I wanted to represent for a bunch of kids like me. With the blonde streak in the flat top. My thing was this. I didn't know if you were going to know my music. I didn't know if you were going to like my music. I didn't know anything. I know that's above my power. I can't make you like something, but you can remember me when I walk in this room. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna remember me. When you see me, you're gonna know it's me. And so that was my main concern. You know, I know that music is a matter of opinion, man. So you know, you can think whatever you want, and good opinion, bad opinion. It never really affected me in any kind of way. But I knew that I needed to be 100% me, because before that, you know, I was thinking about, you know, it was like, you know, I spent some of my advance money on a bunch of fat ropes and Fila suit and all, you know, all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, this is not, I don't even feel like me. So, you know, whatever quirky way that I had about me or still have about me, I don't dress really any different. You know, it was just trying to be as natural. And as an MC, as an artist, you got to understand that people connect with the people that they can relate to the most, or at least they can say, okay, you know what? I may not relate to the music, I may not relate to the style, but I know that's him. And I know that he's trying to do something or be something else. So I got to respect it. I don't got to like it, but I got to respect it. So, you know, that was pretty much my whole vibe throughout my whole career.
So are you a member of the Idol Makers, or how did that go? Because I know Herbie Lovebug was affiliated with you, and you know, and you was on tour with like Kid and Play and stuff.
Yeah. So Idol Makers crew consists of myself, Dana Dane, Sweet Tea, Salt and Pepper, Kid and Play, Spinderella, DJ Wiz. We're like the core unit, and Herbie Lovebug, of course. And the reason why they call it the Idol Maker crew was because Herbie started a management company called Idol Makers, and you know, he was the artist that he was producing, he was also managing, and they were all under this management umbrella. The only difference between me and the other artists was I was producing myself. So, but I was still managed and under the production company, but I was responsible for my own music, unlike everybody else in the crew. So yeah, I was 100% in it. Herbie, like just to understand the history, Herbie's little brother Steve and I went to school together.
Okay.
Right? So Herbie and Steve literally lived up the block from me. I met Herbie and Salt because Herbie was the DJ for my 8th grade prom, and Salt was his girlfriend. So I've known Salt, Herbie, Kid, Play, all of these cats since I was 12, 13 years old.
Crazy.
It's not like I just came into some crew, you know what I'm saying? Kid and Play, Herbie, they were all like the neighborhood MC. And Kid and Play actually was the first to get a record deal. They instead of Kid and Play, the name of their group was Fresh Force. And they had a record called Rock Me. And actually before that, there was a group called the Super Lovers, and the Super Lovers was Herbie, Play, a producer that a lot of people know named Armin Ra Lawrence, who produced a lot of records. He produced Hypnotize, Money, Power, Respect. He produced a lot of records for Bad Boy. They were in the Super Lovers, and they had a little independent record out. And then Fresh Force had a record out. And then Herbie put out Salt and Pepper, which was called Super Nature at the time. And then he did Sweet Tea, Dana Dane, and then Kid and Play, you know, became Kid and Play. They did their thing. Salt and Pepper became Salt and Pepper. And then I was pretty much the last to come along. There were some cats that came into the Idol Makers umbrella after the fact, but nobody ever really achieved any kind of viewership like we did, us core kids from the neighborhood.
Yeah. And I want to play something just in case anybody want to question the straight, raw, uncut hip-hop skills of my man kWAME. I got a little something for you.
Oh, what is this?
kWAME did it.
Your boy Skills. K1, what up? Yeah, I mean, I hear y'all rappers, but I don't really hear y'all rappers. Let's go. Now I'm explain something to you. I'm hoping you get it. It's only a few cats left that's this sick when they spit it. If it's fire, I lit it. He retired, I did it. I don't need to stay charged. I get wired up with it. A lot of rappers, a lot of new bodies. I hear these cats, but I ain't feeling nobody. And sick, that ain't just something to say. Let me tell you how long I really been this way. I was sick back in the day when Kane got warm. Before you had to have a dance to go with your song. I was sick when MC Hammer brought Flair to a show. When Questlove was trying to get his hair to grow. I was sick before hip-hop was media's property. When Lil Wayne used to sing wobbly wobbly. And you never met a sicker MC with a flu. There's no way you as sick as me, no.
Production.
Yeah, my joint.
That's your beat.
Yeah, that was like
crazy.
Yeah.
That's pure uncut hip hop to the gut, and you produce that.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
A lot of people don't know how tough you is on the production. So my question to you is, production or rocking the mic? Like, what's your favorite, man?
They come hand in hand. Like I said, I've always produced myself. So it's not like I like one or the other, but I know that production for me opens me up to way more lanes than rapping. You know, like they always try to put a expiration date on a rapper. Even if a rapper keeps going, they always want to put them in a certain time, like golden era or the 2000s, or you know, it's always some kind of thing with it. And for me, with producing, I've produced and I continue to produce so many different things, you know, from underground hip hop to the most poppity pop song out. And so it feels like it just spreads my discography much wider than just being one thing, you know, one type of thing.
And so good to me. You stupid for this. If this world were mine.
Woo!
kWAME, we gonna take them back like polka dots. Holla! Come on! Boy, won't you put the needle on that girl? Turn the lights on. Let's get closer than most. Turn the lights on.
You out here killing them, Quam.
Yeah, I love that record. Yeah.
You out here killing them, Quam. Talk to me about that.
I love that record. You know why I like that record the most? Because that record was never mixed. Like anybody understands like the whole recording process. That record was never mixed down. That is she's singing directly off of the beat CD that I sent to them.
Whoa.
They didn't. So that, you know, that just turned me into an engineer that I didn't even realize that I was, you know, it was kind of, you know, I don't want to have any kind of janky sounds out there when I send tracks to people. So it was like, when I was like, okay, so when do we go in the studio and mix this record? Missy was like, we ain't got to mix nothing.
That's incredible right there, dog. That was a smash, too.
Yeah, I love that record.
So how do you like working with Missy? Because she's one of the most important artists, I think, of our time, man. Missy
is just dope, man. I think Missy is dope on so many levels, and this is no diss to her at all. I think that and I don't know this for a fact, but I just feel it in my gut. I think sometimes she may get disenfranchised with the type of hip hop or music that's going on now, and I feel like she should be out there more, if that makes any kind of sense. Yeah. I think you know, like her records are timeless, and I think that if we can have an artist like Madonna dropping records at 60 years old, Missy to me is our Madonna. You know what I'm saying? And I think that she should always be held at the highest level. I think that she should always drop records. I think that she's always at the forefront of musicality, black music, and you know, I support any and everything she does. I just think she's incredible.
That's a nice way to weld it up. What you think, Mixer?
Well, you know, I love Missy, and the biggest thing, you know, a lot of people had forgotten about her until that Super Bowl performance when Katy Perry brought her out, and it just lit a fire on everybody. Like, yo, where's Missy been? Missy been around. Y'all just ain't been checking for her. You know what I'm saying?
And that's the thing. See, that's what I'm talking about. Katy Perry should never have to bring out Missy. Missy should bring out Katy Perry.
Hello.
Correct.
Hello. Yeah.
And that's the thing that disturbed. That's the thing that I don't know if it's us as a people, you know, because us as a people, we love hip hop, but we discard the things that were great for something new. We're quick to discard something for something new. And an artist like Missy should never be in anybody's mouth. Yo, I forgot how dope Missy was. That don't make any kind of sense. It's like saying, I forgot how dope Michael Jackson is, or I forgot how dope Prince is. You know, there's certain artists that we have as Black people.
Yeah.
Should rightfully always be put in a certain high standard place. And for hip hop, or that line between hip hop and R&B, that's Missy. Because Katy Perry wouldn't have bought Missy out unless Missy influenced Katy. And think about it. Let me tell you two things that Katy Perry did that Black people should have done. One was bring Missy out and treat her, you know, with some respect. And two, when TLC was trying to make an album and no label was picking them up and they were doing a GoFundMe, Katy Perry paid for that album to be done. That makes no sense.
That's real shit.
Yeah.
That makes no sense.
Yeah.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? We so busy chasing, you know, and you know, nothing against whoever's new and hot, but we're so busy trying to connect and be with the new and the hot. They got their time to do it. You know what I'm saying? Anybody who comes out within the last 5-10 years, they got 10, 15, 20 years to become that iconic status. You know, they have time. But, you know, as our icons get older, and we're only as good as how we remember our icons. You know, like, I don't know if y'all know the story, like Peter Pan. And in Peter Pan, Tinkerbell is going to die because people don't remember her. So Peter Pan's like, okay, everybody clap your hands. You know, give it up for Tinkerbell. Clap your hands. And the more people clap their hands, the more people make noise. This is like the play production, whatever. Tinkerbell comes to life, and you know, and you know, the characters relived again. And that's how it should be with artists. We're so busy propping up an artist when they pass away.
Horrible.
You know what I'm saying? When an artist passed away, they the greatest artist you ever heard of. They the greatest art. They could have had one record. They could have had no record. Let them pass away. They the greatest artists of all time. But our greatest artists of all time are still here. A lot of them.
Real.
But I think it's a little
like that.
I think it's a little deep for Black, like just Black people versus white people. Black people don't really have a time to relax and remember. Like, I know us, we're a musical family, and we play music every day. We going back, we playing new stuff, we playing old stuff. But for people out here that don't have the money, they got rent over their head, they got this, so they just moving. So maybe they really do forget. So when some of these people died, oh my God, like, oh man, I remember that time. I remember this. I remember that. As of other people, not of color, they got money. They sitting around on beaches. They playing Beach Boys still in 2021. You know, like, so I think it's a deeper than just our people being like, oh, forget that person.
No, I agree. But
that's a very good standpoint. But another main one, like kWAME just said, man, for Katy Perry to bail out TLC, Katy Perry to bail them out, it's so many other artists, multi-platinum, clothing lines, the whole nine. They could have thrown TLC
billionaires.
And not only that, even the producers and stuff that they work with. That could have been an easy few phone calls.
They were trying to. TLC was trying to do the right thing, paying the producers and putting this album out the right way. So they were just trying to have a budget to do it. And the album came out, you know what I'm saying? And they had the single with Snoop on it. And it did pretty well. But what I'm saying is, you know, Katy Perry could have put the money in, but then 10 more other artists could have matched that.
Yeah, right.
Get, you know, something that TLC deserved, because that was a group. And to touch on what you were saying about, you know, other races, you're correct. And we're always moving forward, you know, because this is how we are as a people. We just move forward. We go, but you know, like white families, there's also a thing where in white families, the kids are growing up and they're playing new stuff, but they're playing old stuff, but they're like getting on their kids like, yo, if you don't know who Bob Dylan is, you can't be playing your Justin Bieber. If you don't know who so-and-so is, you can't be playing your Ariana Grande. You know, it's all that stuff is in the car. All that stuff is, these kids is walking around with Pink Floyd t-shirts on and they 4 years old, don't even know who Pink Floyd is, but they see that image. They know, a 5-year-old knows who the Rolling Stones are, where in a lot of black homes, the mom could be 50 years old and she popping it to Meg Thee Stallion because she want to still be cool and don't want to introduce her daughter to Aretha Franklin, don't want to introduce her son to Sam Cooke or to Run DMC or to whoever, because they want to be at the same age as their kids. And you know, sometimes it's, you know, that could be dangerous, man. It's like if you forget your past, right? This has nothing to do with music. This has to do with life. If you forget your past, you are doomed to repeat all the mistakes that everybody repeats.
That is very true.
That's why you never forget your past. You do whatever you gotta do to let people know. Just like a little kid can go into their great grandmama's house or their grandmother's house, and there's a picture of Barack Obama on the wall. And now, for us, Barack Obama was only 8 years ago, but to a 5-year-old, they're like, "Who that man on the wall?"
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To a 10-year-old, and they see Martin Luther King or Malcolm X on the wall, or Minister Farrakhan on the wall, or whoever. Who that man on the wall?
Yeah,
you know, and it sounds weird for a kid to even think who that man on the wall. But there's a generation of kids right now that's looking at Barack Obama that might say, "Who that man on the wall?"
Yeah. You know, when I was growing up, you know, just about every black household, you had Martin Luther King, a picture of Martin Luther King, picture of JFK. Every household had these pictures, you know, because those, you know, their deaths kind of spearheaded the movement. And like for me growing up, I would see these pictures at all my relatives' houses and different things. You know, everybody had these pictures around. So yeah, I totally get what you're talking about right there.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Even family members. It's important to have images
ancestors.
of family members, of your ancestors, of your, you know, I'm lucky enough to, I've known my great grandmother. I've known 3 great grandmothers and 1 great great grandmother. You know, that's just luck. And
beautiful.
Never knew any great grandfathers or anything like that. But I've grown up with all of my grandparents, and there's never going to be a time where my kids or in the future my grandkids, if they're around me, they're going to see all of these people.
And that's how
they're going to feel like they know them because they see them all the time. Like, yo, this is so-and-so, that's so-and-so. They have that image in their head, and it's not like, if you show me a picture of my great-grandfather right now, I'll be like, that's St. Julian Bryant from Dawson, South Carolina. I ain't never met him, but I know exactly what that man looked like. He's as black as my jacket. And he was dope. You know what I'm saying? And that's because that imagery was always in front of me. And I always encourage parents, grandparents to do that, whether it's music, family, any of that.
Any of the past.
Yeah.
So you got a dope collection behind you, huh, Quan?
Oh, this ain't nothing, man. This is just like, you know, that's some old Star Wars toys.
I knew
I take y'all. I'll put y'all in another room. Y'all be like, "Damn, would you rob a toy store?"
What you got going on, Keisha?
I'm just mixing it.
Yo, all I know is that food. And look, I'm looking. I don't see no address on my phone.
So look, Kwame, I got the sesame sauce. Put a little green onion in there. That 7 spice in there, and a little of that daikon radish. Mix that in there, and that's the sesame one. And then this is the ponzu. Same thing. The daikon radish, the green onions, and the 7 spice.
Thank you.
So I gave that to them, and I'm just trying to let these simmer just a little bit longer, and then
Keisha, let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
You know her name?
It's your first time cooking a Japanese dish?
First time.
Well, now, how do you feel about that?
I mean, if not for you, I feel fine.
Yeah, we need to check on Keisha every once in a while.
Yeah,
her
she's a
heart
little
rate is
nervous.
elevated.
I've been tripping.
She's been dropping stuff all day. She loves you and is like very, very super nervous.
It's hilarious
And
to watch her.
It's the most funniest thing. So if you see us laughing, it's because she dropped something off camera and we just been cracking up at her because she's just nervous.
Oh my God.
I'm the last person on the planet you need to ever be nervous about.
Oh
Then you just called her name. I can see the sweat dripping from her forehead.
Keisha, I'm just telling you now, that food looks amazing, and I promise you, I will be in Detroit, July 25th. I'm coming over.
Breathe, Keisha. Breathe.
So
Out.
whatever you want to cook, if you want to cook another shabu shabu, I'm coming through. Trust me.
He coming through.
You coming, Keisha. How you feel about that?
Oh, I feel good.
You're not gonna pass out when you walk around the corner?
I'm not gonna pass out. I'm gonna make this because I know he liked this. So I'm gonna. All right.
What's your favorite drink?
That's hard.
This might take a minute. Hold on.
Wet.
You got 5 shells.
Wet.
That's hard.
Let's get the whole liquor store.
Okay, wait.
She said the whole store.
I'm gonna say watermelon Ciroc.
Watermelon Ciroc. Okay.
Yeah.
Really?
I'm gonna say watermelon Ciroc.
Mine.
Will that be your favorite drink by July, or is it gonna be something else?
It's not gonna change.
Camp, if it changes by July, let me know, please.
It's not gonna change. Oh my God.
Can you breathe in and out, Keisha?
Woosah. You okay over there?
I'm good.
She gonna cry later.
So, Kwame, speaking of family, a lot of people don't know your first cousin is the Fast and Furious man himself, Vin Diesel. Is that correct?
Yes and no. He's not my first cousin. So y'all.
Okay.
So Vin and his twin brother Paul.
He got a twin, huh?
Yeah, but they don't look. Vin and Paul are nothing alike. Nothing alike. They're like fraternal twins. You would never know they were brothers. They are about 5 or 6 years older than me, and their mother married my grandfather's first cousin.
Oh, okay.
So if it's my grandfather's first cousin, it makes them what? Like third cousin? I don't know. I don't do that.
I don't follow it that deep, but y'all related.
Hey, did he ever? Hey, you see these noodles right here?
Yeah. Yes. Oh.
What are those called, Keisha?
These
What
are
is
udon noodles.
udon?
She still remember. Okay.
Yo, I'm so hungry right now. You.
Oh man.
These are udon noodles, and I promise you, I would have never made this. I had no idea about this until you said
But it seemed like it's gonna be a regular.
Yeah.
It smells so
It
delicious.
looks very clean and healthy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I need y'all to let me know how y'all think the food goes.
Oh,
Because
we
the grilled chicken. Let me see the. Can you show me the chicken?
Yep. You should do that. You about to
Did
do
you
that?
Did you make the thin chicken slices? Did you get the thin chicken?
It's not thin. It's just sliced chicken. But
Okay.
what I'm gonna put it on the grill and let it cook, and then I'll let him dip it in the sauce and stuff. But
You can actually just put it on the side if you like. That's fine.
Yeah, he can dip it on the side. But this right here, those are shaven pieces of beef. So I'll put that in the pot. I'll let you see.
Yeah, because that what you're putting in the pot now, that will flavor the beef.
Yep.
She got to take hers out first.
Hey,
She a vegetarian.
I'm looking forward to tasting this.
Yo, I'm telling you, I do shabu shabu alone because anybody watch me, because I'd be like, I don't eat no red meat, but I be when I go in.
You gonna fall off on that one, huh?
All the way off the wagon on the street like this.
Oh man. Hey man, they say Vin Diesel used to dance. Did he ever dance in for you or anything like that?
So there's a video called Nasty, Nastee.
We got it. We got it.
Okay, Vin is the main. He's the bad guy in the video. He's the boyfriend that's trying to beat my ass.
Oh wow. He was in that video, huh? Dang. We had that video too.
I think I got it too.
Wow. We gotta watch that one.
Yeah, he used to dance and stuff. And me and Vin, we were gonna do he wanted to rhyme, or he was rhyming, and we were gonna do a project. And then it's funny. We were talking about this project, and his father is a film professor at NYU. So they took some of the stuff, they took some of the equipment that they had at NYU, and they made an independent film. Took the independent film, and this is what's dope. This is what I love when people do this. So him and his father made this independent film, and they went through the independent film circuit and ended up going to Sundance Film Festival, right?
Oh yeah.
Didn't tell nobody. Went to the Sundance Film Festival, and Steven Spielberg happened to see the film. When he saw the film, he was like, yo, I like homie. I'm going to put him in my movie Saving Private Ryan. Ooh. So the family didn't find out that he was even acting until Saving Private Ryan came out and blew up. And we sitting there like, yo, he ain't tell us nothing. And I think that's real dope. You know what I'm saying? When you make big moves like that, big power moves, keep it quiet, because people will doubt you. People have their opinion. Everybody got a million opinions to how to make moves. So it's always important to keep your moves to yourself. And he is like the master of keeping moves. Like this dude, I have kids and a whole wife, and nobody know until like the kids are 8. So
he low key.
That reminds me.
That's how he moves. That's how he moves, and it's dope.
That reminds me of Kayla when she went into the studio. That's my daughter.
Okay,
that's my baby girl. She went.
Kayla Secret Squirrel.
Yeah. She went to the studio. She recorded all these tracks. She got all of them lined up. She got them mixed. She mastered them. She did all that and came out with her own album called For Him.
Dope.
And she did every single thing on her own. And that album, not because she's my daughter, it is dope. It's absolutely dope.
Kayla, congratulations! Because
thank you.
I literally did the same thing. You know, sometimes you know it's great to ask your parents for advice, especially if your parents know and do music or have anything to do with music. But sometimes you gotta make a move on your own. And so I think it's real dope that you went out there and did it. So now I got it. What's the name of the album For Him?
Yeah.
It's streaming on all platforms.
And you going by the name? You're going by the name Kayla, or what is?
It's Kayla Unique, KALA UNIQUE.
Like Monique, but with the U.
Right.
Kayla Unique.
Toss this on because those are done.
All right.
Okay. Hold up. I think I got it.
Well done.
All right. So that's the chicken there.
That's it. You got it, Kate.
Yep,
There you
that
go.
is it.
Here we go. I'm gonna ride out tonight to my Kayla Unique.
Hey, it's some shit on there. It's some good shit on there.
Dope.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, actually, Quincy Jones' grandson, QD4, we call him, but he called himself Change the World. He produced the first song on there. And it's
dope.
I like to see y'all two collaborate. He only like 18, but he's dope.
Yeah, that's dope. That's
dope. He's super dope.
You know what else is dope?
What's that?
That chicken.
I'm about to email you something.
I'm gonna tell you, I marinated it in ginger, non-alcoholic ginger beer.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Yep.
That should be interesting.
Yep. Kind of keeping the theme of the Asian thing.
Yeah, that's what's up. I like that. And thanks for keeping me in your thoughts, because I would have just ate the vegetables and been good. I'm like,
we love you, Mix.
Oh.
That's what I just emailed you a clip of it.
Oh man.
She's showing me the Vin Diesel video. Classic.
Yeah.
Classic. But you also produced another homegirl from Detroit, Quan.
Ooh.
You're making my life real difficult right now. You keep on saying what I cannot do.
Yeah.
No.
I ain't had no daddy around when I was born here. I'm wild and I don't give a hurt. Y'all think cause these jeans fit, I'll give it up. My jean face.
I never knew she was from Detroit.
She from the D.
Me?
I never knew that.
I didn't know either until I found out yesterday.
I should have known.
Love for Detroit. You got love for
I
us.
should have known. Matter of fact, you know what? No, I did because when we was in the studio, she did tell me. You're right. I did. I just forgot. Yep.
There you go. More chicken.
You know what else? I was telling Camp, y'all got a hibachi grill in your kitchen. I want to do that so bad. I swear, I will turn into the craziest Benihana chef if I have I will do all the tricks. You ever go to Benihana and they be throwing the eggs up and catching it in their hat?
Yes.
And making smoke out. Y'all burn my whole house down.
I haven't gotten as far as, you know, how they do the choo-choo with the onions or the volcano with the onions.
With the smoke.
Yeah, only thing I've done, just being honest, the heart, I make the rice into a heart and then I boom, 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 boom. That's it.
No, I gotta figure out what that oil is that makes the volcano or the train.
Oh.
Probably some kind of alcohol.
Kayla said it's lighter fluid.
Probably some kind of liquor.
Oh yeah, that's smart too. It
Might
probably
be
is
some
some
liquor.
liquor.
Yeah, it's a clear liquid. And that guy, he don't never want to tell me.
He never want to tell you, huh?
I always ask, like, yo, I need to know what that is so I can do that
And
at
they
home.
laugh at you.
Don't do it at home. Don't do it at home. Like, come on, man.
Like, just tell me. I'm trying to be great. You stopping me from being great right now.
Exactly. Oh man, that chicken and that. Oh man.
Oh yeah, that's
It's gonna be different here.
That's the right kind of crust on that chicken too.
Yeah.
So, Quan, man, I know you get this question asked to you a lot. Have you ever met the Notorious B.I.G.? And after he dropped that, polka dot line, tell me about that.
Yeah, it was hilarious. So, just to give y'all a description of me, I'm not the tallest guy in the room. So I'm like 5'6", 5'7", maybe 150 pounds soaking wet, and Biggie's like 6'9" and 8,000 pounds.
He was that tall?
No, he was like 6'3", 6'2", 6'3". But
oh,
in this situation, he was like 6'11" or 6,000. So I had a show at this I had like a showcase thing, and it was a thing that we do. They used to have every Wednesday in New York. It was called Mad Wednesdays. And so when I walked in, the first thing I see at the bar was like as soon as you walk in, the bar is right there. The first person I see at the bar is Biggie sitting at the bar with his Coogee sweater on, and people around. So I just walk past him. I don't say nothing to him. And I know that I have to perform that night. And the person who was running the club literally instigated something. She went to Biggie and was like, "Oh, you gonna see Kwame back there? Y'all not gonna address anything?" And she come to me, "Oh, you gonna see Big over here? You not gonna address anything?" And I'm like, "Come on, man, I ain't here for all that." And it was, and that's the funny thing. It was me and my two boys, my DJ Tat and my boy. I'm trying to remember who else. I think it was my boy Dave with me. No, my boy Al. So it was Tat
with you, huh? Tat was with you, huh?
Yeah, so it was Tat and Al. And no, it's three boys. Me, Al, Tat, and my boy Dave. So Tat and Dave are from Philly. I'm from Queens, Al's from Brooklyn. Al literally lives in the same neighborhood as Biggie. So we knew some of the same people. So I didn't have a record out at the time where I could, say anything or come back to Biggie or do anything. So what I was doing was, I'm a jokey type of person. So whenever anybody would ask me at the time, I'd be on the radio cracking straight jokes on him, just going in on him. Blah, 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 blah. So now he's mad at me. And I'm like, why he gonna be mad at me? He the one that came at me first. I'm only just doing me. So we get to the club, we're in the club, and here comes Biggie, all 9 feet of him. I'm trying to find something that's like the equivalent. Hold up. Biggie was rolling a joint like this big. He was rolling this big giant blunt. And he comes up to me and he's like, "Yo, I don't appreciate you saying that shit you be saying on the radio. I don't appreciate you saying that shit on the record. Well, what you want to do?" I'm like, "What the fuck you want to do?" And so I'm popping shit. I'm popping all this junk in the world. I'm all up on him. What you want to do? What you want to? And so Biggie's boys come in between us. But this is the funny part. So I'm standing. I gotta defend myself. There's nothing I can do. Biggie had like 80,000 people with him. And I have the 3 guys with me. So as I'm talking to Big and he's talking to me, I look back and Tat and Dave is just doing the moonwalk.
Oh!
I'm like, yo! My boy Al's with me. You know what I'm saying? We in it together. Tat and Dave is doing the slick and slide backwards. I'm like, oh, we're gonna die in this country.
I'll get pulverized.
We're about to die. and the funny thing was, in my mind, it was never about having a fight. I was like, once a rapper, always a rapper. Whether you're a good rapper, a bad rapper, a halfway rapper, if you're an MC and another MC gets that shit, you got to be prepared to battle at any given time.
There you go.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, yo, we can do this right now. There goes a microphone. There goes a stage. You talking all that? I got rhyme, and I can, I can come off the top of my head. I'll go in on you. Win or lose. What I'm not going to do is back down.
Incredible.
But Tat and Dave, boy, they was ice capades, boy. They was rappers on ice. I was like, man. And then so then they kicked it. The funny thing is, the lady who started it kicked us out. So they kicked me out the front of the club. They kicked me out the back of the club. And the whole way home, like when you mad at your boys, the whole way home, you just driving like this. You don't talk to nobody in the backseat. Tat and Dave in the backseat. I'm looking at them like, y'all sucker. Man, y'all are the most sucker dudes I ever met.
I ain't taking y'all nowhere else.
Like, I'm never taking y'all again. This is some Brooklyn stuff. You don't get it. You just don't get it because y'all from the suburbs of Philly. Y'all ain't even from Philly. I was getting them. I was going, you know.
Wow.
I tease them about that to this day.
That's hilarious.
Classic, man.
Yeah,
that's
man.
a hot ass story, dog. That's crazy. But you later went on to produce for what? Day 26 for Biddy?
Yeah, day 26. Yep.
You did produce something for him. That's hot.
Yeah.
But I've known Puff for years. I've known Puff since maybe 89. So you know, whatever Big was doing, that's on Big. But I've known Puff for the longest. And the funny thing is, my boy, like I mentioned, my boy Al, who was down with me at the time. Al was schoolmates with Biggie's manager, Mark Pitts. So it's like we just knew, everybody knew each other for the most part. A lot of the cats that surrounded Biggie, like from Mr. C to Clark Kent to Mark Pitts to Harlem cats like Puff, I personally knew anyway. So it was never really a real issue because I knew everybody. But that one night it got funny.
Man, that's a crazy ass story, man.
Yeah, man.
So man, I thought you, man, I didn't know you stepped to him. You didn't like that polka dot line, huh?
No. I didn't care about the line. I loved the record. I love that record. I heard the record a year before it even came out. So that line wasn't, it was just a line. You know, if you're a rapper, rappers make lines about other rappers all the time. It ain't, and the thing is, if they don't talk about you, that's the issue. That means you ain't did nothing.
Right.
So that never bothered me. I think what bothered me was, and I say this a lot, and it's back to what I was saying about like Missy Elliott and stuff. You can go from a beloved artist in your own community to your own community turning on you because somebody new said something different. And that was the thing that I didn't appreciate because, I never, my angle has never been at a situation where I come at people and I'm negative toward anything, or I never have like this type of air about me where I'm gonna get into beef with anybody. You know what I'm saying? So for people to once have been down with me to act totally different because of a line the new kid said or the new hottest rapper said,
they never was down anyway.
Yeah, and that's the disappointing thing. Seeing and that was a learning lesson. And I didn't carry it with me. I wasn't like upset at the world, but it made me understand that one, you're only as good as your last joint, number one, and number two, that it's not personal. You got to stop. Artists try to act like hip hop is about them. Hip hop is about hip hop, and it's never personal. And hip hop is going to always continue with or without you. So always take these type of things with a grain of salt. And the best, I guess the best revenge is to the best, not really revenge, but the best get back is to last and outlast and last to the best of your ability. You know what I'm saying? Always be at the best of your ability anytime somebody sees you. So I don't subscribe to any kind of malice toward Big. And then, hindsight, think about it. Think about this. He was a 22, 23-year-old kid when he got killed. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We don't know what he would have become as a fully grown, fully realized man. We don't know what he would have achieved. We don't know anything. You know what I'm saying? So I can't have any kind of ill thought toward that because I know a mother lost a son, kids lost a father, and a boy never got a chance to grow up. So that's how I look at it. And I know that food looked good.
She messing with the meat, man. She messing with the meat.
Yeah, you gotta let that thing just sit till it turn gray.
Mm-hmm.
Let it sit till it turn gray, huh?
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Oh, he got the chicken. You gotta tell him.
Oh, he got the chicken. What's up with
Muhammad's eating. He got the chicken.
Uh-oh.
Gotta let us know how that chicken tastes.
Okay, I like the chicken. The
I
which
want to
sauce
say that's
is that,
the ponzu, am I right?
The
With green
ponzu?
onion.
Yes, that's the
That's
ponzu.
the
The
I
other
like
one is
that
sesame.
one. The sesame is good, but the ponzu is great.
Yeah, the ponzu has more flavor to it.
Yeah, definitely.
And we use the citrus ponzu.
That's probably what I'm liking about it.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah, but
wait a minute. Am I saying correctly? Do y'all really have like a full like hibachi setup where like you have the mics on the like it's like
Table. This it's like
so
little.
you have like a mini Benihana thing really popping off over there. I can't wait to come over there. Man.
Hey, we'll let you cook.
I was gonna say, can I have a moment?
Yeah.
It's her grill. You can't give away her spot. She got to give it away.
Yeah.
I mean, we know she gonna do it, but
I was just about to say, really?
we know she gonna let her.
I'll be your sous chef. I'll help out.
Say be a sous chef.
No. I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna watch you.
Oh
I'm gonna watch you cook.
He gonna come twice. He gonna
Okay, well, let me make sure I get my cooking in order before July, man. So I don't come here looking crazy.
Gotta do you.
New York City, you are now rocking with the best. Lloyd Banks, G-Net. Fire up in here, it's burning hot. We on fire. Shit, take it off. If it get too hot, up in this spot, we on fire. Check the roof on smoke, let the roof on fire. What you say? We get loose in the smoke. Let the roof on fire.
What's up, man?
Yeah.
That was a hell of a time in your career when that track came, man. You set the world on fire with that one, dog.
Yeah, good looking.
The crazy part about it, everyone was shocked that it was you. But it was like, what are you shocked about? This motherfucker been banging tracks since he been 16. What are you shocked about?
Yeah.
Doing that, man. What was the vibe like doing that? Did you do that with him or did you do it yourself? Like, what's the story behind that?
So it's a funny story. I made the beat, and I remember making this beat. Literally, I was in a 1-bedroom apartment in Harlem. I was making the beat, and I remember sending it out to different people, and I sent it to Sha Money XL at G Unit, and I never heard back. And so maybe like 2 or 3 months later, Sha calls and was like, "Yo, 50 loves this beat." So I'm thinking I got a 50 Cent record. He's like, "Nah, we gonna make it the first single to Lloyd Banks." So I was like, "Lloyd Banks, the mixtape guy?" So I didn't really like. No, I was familiar with Banks, but I didn't know that they were doing like a whole project on him like that. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
it kind of threw me off. So I was like, "All right, bet, let's go." And at that time, during that time, you would have to go into the studio and relay down your beat. You can't just send a Pro Tools file. It wasn't like that. It was just the beginning of that period. So they were like, "Send us the Pro Tools file." And I was like, "I ain't sending y'all nothing. What are you talking about?"
I know that's
Send the Pro Tools file.
Wow.
I'm like, "Yo, pay me my money." He talk about send some Pro Tools files. And then they were like, "Well, we're on tour in London, so we can't do a traditional studio session." I'm like, "I can fly to London. What's the problem?"
Right. That's right.
And so they were just not really they weren't really cool with all that. So we had to work it out. So I ended up getting paid. Got paid more than what I asked, which allowed me to send the Pro Tools files. And I sent the Pro Tools files. And when I sent it, when it came back, when the record came back, there was a couple of like horn sounds, and like the end of the record is like a piano solo. And in some parts of the record there was like some light hi-hats on the record. I'm like, yo, who the hell changed my shit? And they're like, well, M felt like, you know, it needed that. You know, so you know, I respected what M was doing, and I respected what 50 was doing. So, you know, I didn't have an issue. But then when the first pressing of the record came out, it said produced by M. So it was like, look, I'm about to send you y'all money back, and I need my beat back.
That's right.
I didn't sign the contract yet. And they were like, yo, you about to burn a big bridge. I'm like, yo, let me tell you something.
They go with that bullshit.
Let me tell you something. I've been through too much as an artist. I've been through hell and back. Because at this point, producing this record, I had produced a bunch of records at this point. So I'm like, so, you know, this could go to somebody else that give me the respect that I deserve.
That's right.
Right.
You know, even if we say, okay, because I wasn't there and I wasn't in the studio to help coach the artist on or help build the record as a full thing. And if any 50 were there and we had to share a production credit, I can understand that because you're doing the job of a producer by doing that. It's not just about the beat. But by you saying that you did the whole thing,
that's taken away from you.
Yeah, give me my shit back.
Yeah.
And so once I did that, and then they wanted to take all the publishing. I'm like, wait, what?
Oh yeah, they tripping.
Yeah.
They wanted to literally give me 2% of the record.
Oh no.
I wish I would have knew. I would have came. I would have helped you.
She would have fought for you.
So they try to give me 2% of the credit, and you know, and I'm not pointing the finger to M. I'm not pointing the finger to 50. I don't, you know, because I know that there's 1,000 people between point A and point B.
Of course, yeah.
You know, but I also know that point A has to sign off on everything that happens.
That's correct. That's correct.
So you had a hand in it somehow.
Yeah. So safe to say, I got my credit. I got my production credit. And honestly, to this day, I have never met M. I've never met Lloyd Banks. I've met 50. I've done things with 50 after that. Actually, 50 got on that tweet record.
Okay.
But, I've never met them. So the record was done and it came out and it did very well. It did very well for me. It did very well for Lloyd Banks. You know, it was his biggest record. So you know, and then after that, his second biggest record was Beamers, Benz, and Bentley. So you know, everybody ate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That Beamer, Benz, and Bentley song was that was kind of popular too.
Yeah.
Those are his two big jumps.
Man, kWAME, you sharing some stories, man. I appreciate that, man. I got a hip hop story for you, man.
All right.
Eminem was signed to my label before Dr. Dre had him.
Yes, I do know this.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
we know that already.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. So you know your history, yeah. So you know. But, you know, I haven't heard from Sissy Blue though. So you know how that go.
I was gonna ask if y'all are still cool or anything.
Haven't heard from Sissy Blue. Nope.
Well,
but you know.
People are there, you know, we got people here for a reason, we got people here for a season, and we got people here for life. So you know.
That was good though. Yes. It ain't no animosity, it ain't no anger, it ain't no hate. I'm proud of him. I know where he came from, and hey, you know, each his own, man. You know, but that's an amazing story though, man, because that Lloyd Banks track, man, people was amazed that you produced it, but I never understood. I'm like, kWAME always been nice. I mean, like, what are y'all talking about? How could y'all not know how nice the man was? You know what I'm saying?
Well, we're in the forgetting culture. Remember?
Yeah.
Well, you know, but I love that, you know, because I'm always scheming on something new to do, and always scheming on what the next big thing is. And I love to come out of left field on people and just, you know, let people just forget what you did and how you do it, and then you always give them that left hook. That's very important. Always give them
surprise.
Yeah, man. Because when you was here and you was live and you dropped, when you dropped that and you did it from scratch and you actually did the track live with the instrument. Come on, man.
Hey.
So,
ladies and gentlemen, the Kit Kat Club is proud to present.
That's incredible right there to this day.
So will you please give a warm welcome for the rhythm?
I'm gonna tell you how incredible this is, right? Keisha.
Yeah.
Tell him what I've been saying every other day for the last 20 years.
Is this Christmas? Because everybody's rapping.
No, that's where you got that
Oh my God, bro. Like,
he's always in the morning before coffee.
Yeah.
Always. You just be like, what? Like, what?
They be like, well, that ain't how he said it. So, you know, whatever.
Hip hop is a powerful thing, Kwame. It's powerful, man.
yeah, blame me if he runs that line in the ground. I'm to blame. I forgot that I broke that track down at that show, and
that was incredible.
I love doing that.
Yes, sir.
Man, we got to get the alumni here live in concert. That's what we got to do.
Oh yeah, the alumni. If anybody doesn't know who the alumni is myself, Special Ed, Shub Rock, Dana Dane, Moni Love, DJ Tap Money on the ones and twos, and sometimes we bring out Greg Nice at Nice and Smooth.
Oh
and,
yeah, that's my man.
Yeah, we have a ball, man. We just do. We're all on stage together. We throw our records at each other back to back to back to back, and it's like we bring the crowd up. It's a whole interactive thing, and we have a great time, man. We just have a great time on stage.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to talk to Itiszzz, man. You know, he got this Art of Rap tour that his partner Mickey Benson runs. We got to get the alumni on that tour, man. It's a mandatory for the Art of Rap.
You know what's so dope? Shout out to Ice. Ice was one of the first like outside rappers that I ever met. I met Ice. We did this show somewhere in New York. I don't remember what it was. I remember my album just came out, and I don't even think my album came out yet, but they allowed me to be on the show to do the rhythm, and I was so excited. It was going to be me, Big Daddy Kane, Ice-T, I want to say EPMD, and somebody else. And I was like the new guy. Nobody knew who I was. And Ice was just so dope, man. He sat. So we all get to the venue and nobody was there. The place was empty. And nobody showed up to the show. And it was just like bad promotion. Like nobody knew it was even a show going to be happening. And I was so upset. Like, yo, I really wanted to perform, especially with people that I looked up to. And Ice was the only one that was like, pulled me to the side and was like kicking game, man. He told me like things what I should look, expect, what I shouldn't do. What, he was always a cool dude. Every time I seen him, always in good spirits, always a cool dude. So, I want to definitely congratulate him on that Grammy, after all this time, finally being recognized, for his work. And not even a lifetime achievement Grammy, like a real earned Grammy award. So, that goes to show, man, when you keep at it, man, that's that left hook that I keep telling people about. Nobody expects it, and then you show up. On top of that, it was for his heavy metal group, Body Count. That's even crazier. So I think it's dope. I think it's real dope.
Yeah, that's super dope, man. That's super dope.
Yep. He's still active.
Yeah. Come on, Keisha. I know you got something to say to Quams as you've been cooking.
Then he got
it's your time to shine.
Look, I I just want to say thank you for this.
This is
Wait,
so good.
Hold on.
It's delicious.
Hold on.
Oh my God, it's incredible.
Thank you for doing the show, but thank you for this because I had no idea that they had places that did this type of thing. It is interactive, although I didn't let them do nothing. I have that about me. I cater to people. I get satisfaction out of seeing people happy. So, and you're Aries, right?
Yes.
I'm an Aries too. Your birthday is what? March 28th. Am I correct?
Yep. When's your birthday?
I'm April 11th.
And you live on 123 Easy Street?
No. Happy Street because Kwame he did the show. I'm just saying.
Oh, I understand. Go ahead, spit some more facts. What else you know about him?
Facts. Here. Facts. He showed me this. Facts. I'm happy about it. Facts. I like it.
Are you crying?
Not yet. Not yet.
The shabu is really delicious.
It's really good, and I appreciate you turning me on to something new.
But Keith, I do have to say something. You're gonna be mad at me.
You can't make me mad, man.
I'm not gonna make you mad, but you gotta. We need to have another T-shirt that says it's called soda, not pop.
No.
Ain't nobody from around my way calling it pop. I'm sorry.
No.
Uh-oh.
But see, this is why I wore it to educate. Because you're good at educating folks on, everything. I'm good at educating folks on. It's called pop.
You know what? Since we in your house, we calling it pop. I'm gonna call it pop whenever.
Hey!
When I come over, I'm like, you got some pop, right? I'm not even gonna say the word soda.
Yes, thank you.
Respect.
So much. Respect. Yes. Yes. See?
Yes. When
we out your way, then what happens?
You gotta have to call it soda. Where's the good soda today?
He bent a little, you gotta bend a little.
So now let me put you on to some pop.
Okay.
When you do shabu shabu, the pop you need to have with shabu shabu, it goes hand in hand, is a pop called Ramune. 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 And you get this pop, and it has like this little glass ball at the top.
Oh, and you pop it, right? Yeah, I've seen those before.
Those were at
I think we actually
Benihana's.
Benihana has them now.
Yeah. You like
I was surprised. I started to see him at Benihana. I was like, yo, y'all making you're mainstreaming my soda. Like you can't do that.
You're gonna be able to find it. Come on.
Man, this dish is incredible.
I think so.
I demolished my bowl. It's a wrap. It just feels like it's good for you.
And it's not readily available. You can't just you gotta find a shabu shabu spot. Like there was a spot in New York that I used to go to. It was 24 hours. So I'll show up at that thing at 3 a.m, get me a bowl and go home. But
24 hours?
Yeah, it was a 24-hour spot. Now it's a Chipotle.
That's crazy. I wouldn't think they would have a 24-hour spot like this.
Oh no, there's some real dope 24-hour spots in New York. But there's this one street in New York called St. Mark's Place, and St. Mark's Place, over the years, it's changed, and now it's like a heavy Japanese block, and they have a lot of Japanese. Oh man, look at that! They have a lot of Japanese restaurants that stay open very late because a lot of Japanese community communicate with their family, and it's 12 hours ahead, time wise. So they'll be there 1, 2 o'clock in the morning because it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon over there. So yeah,
that makes perfect sense.
Man, look at that food.
Man, this could be one of the best dishes I had in a while, man. You really helped me switch it up with something different, dog. Man, this is amazing shit here, dog. I really, really like it. And I'm not just saying.
Don't thank me. Thank Keisha. She the one. That I'm pretty sure she put her spin in that thing some way that's not even in a Japanese restaurant. So
but if not for you, I would have never knew. I didn't know.
Go back and forth.
I didn't know. I didn't know that there were places like this, and I had to look all this up.
Did you find a shabu shabu spot in Detroit?
No, this the shabu shabu spot in Detroit. The Itiszzz, Itiszzz.com.
A lot of faux places.
Can I ask y'all a question about Detroit?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So, I keep hearing that if you say you're from Detroit, you gotta be from Detroit. You can't be from no suburb.
This is true.
No.
That's true. We're from Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We in there.
Hesham's from Detroit.
Yep.
I was nice enough to let Kid Rock and others come into Detroit.
Yep. It's true.
So Kid Rock is not from Detroit.
No. Kid Rock is from Romeo, Michigan, which is like almost 30, 40 miles out of Detroit.
It's far.
30, 40 miles. That really can't count.
70-acre ranch.
Okay.
Yeah. He's from the place where you tip cows.
Okay. So what about M?
M is from Kansas City, Missouri. He came to Detroit probably when he was about 15, maybe, if that. And he lived in Warren, Michigan, which is not Detroit.
It's close.
It's close.
But it's not Detroit.
And for the record, to educate everyone, there are no trailer parks in the city of Detroit, Michigan.
Although,
Now, if you come somewhere, my thing is like if you're 15 and you show up at a place, it's debatable if you can say you're from that place. Because 15 years being born and raised somewhere, that's a lot. Like, say, for example, I was born and raised in Queens, New York, and my parents got a divorce. My father got remarried and moved to New Jersey when I was 15. But never once can I claim New Jersey as a place that I'm from, even though I lived there at 15. I moved back to Queens when I was 16, and then I moved back to New Jersey when I was 19. But I can never think to ever say I'm from those parts of New Jersey that I lived in as a teenager. It would never come out of my mouth. I'm from Inglewood, New Jersey. No, I am not. I'm from Queens, New York. So yeah, that I can understand.
It means something for a non-black person to say that they are from Detroit.
This is true.
It means something for them to say that. It gives them the credibility. I'm just saying, no, I'm not even trying to get into that because Marshall Mathers did come into Detroit. Marshall Mathers, he did have this place on one of them streets for a short period of time, but he was not allowed to parlay or politic or fandango around the streets of Detroit as if he was a native of Detroit. That's not true. And we can talk about it if he wants to. Any of his, spokespeople want to say, we can talk about it. I'm not hostile about it. I'm just stating facts. If it hurts, say ouch. But no trailer parks, none of that stuff. And he's not from here. He was allowed, just like Kid Rock was allowed here in Detroit. Yeah, Beast Crew. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Black Man, Hot Mix, T-Bone, all them.
Okay. No, I was
Kayla, you weren't born.
Yeah.
You weren't born.
But this is my thing, Quan. If you're dope, it doesn't matter if you're from Tuskegee, Kawaki. You know what I'm saying? In other words, you can be from anywhere. You can be from the porch under the land. It doesn't matter. So to say you're from, to lie and misrepresent it's not cool. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to. If you're good, you're good. Doesn't matter where you're from. That's my take on it. You know.
Yeah, but now, let me ask you: do you feel because you know these people? Do you feel that there's something that's coming out of their mouth, or is there any chance that a record label or a manager or powers that be say you should say this because it makes it sound better than saying the truth?
Yeah, I'm 50-50 with that. I always strongly thought at first it was all publicists telling them to do it. But then you sit back and you wait years and you be like, you know, they're gonna tell the truth one day. Then it goes 5 years, then they go 10 years, then they start adding more stuff onto it in 15 years, and it's like, now I think it's kind of both. But at first, I thought it was the publicist at first. I did.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's that, and I'm pretty sure because I think as an artist, really the first thing and the only thing an artist cares about is their art, and then everybody makes it where you from. Like they turn it that you show up as an artist, you show up as a rapper, you show up as a singer, and then everybody wants to know the background story. And I'm like, you know, what's that got to do with it? Like, for example, my artist Vivian Green, right? She's from Philadelphia, but
Green.
Thank you. And Viv never like makes quote unquote Philly records. She never, you know, it's not about Philly. It's about her experiences and the songs that she writes and whatever. But whenever she does an interview, it turns into, hey, so tell us about the Philly music scene. And it's like, why does it have to be that? Why can't it just be like, what inspires you as an artist? What makes you want to write? You could talk about where you grew up. Did where you grow up influence the things that you do and how you do it? And if it did or if it didn't. Like, perfect example, speaking of Detroit, when Viv talks about growing up and they say, what Philly artist inspired you? Viv says her parents only played Motown. So her whole inspiration is Detroit based, not Philly based.
Yeah.
You know, and they look at her like she's a Martian.
That's crazy.
Saying that.
Because literally inspiration can come from anything, anywhere.
Yeah, like why does it have to be from the city you're from? It does not have to be that way. And you know, sooner or later, you know, I really like an artist, and I love when I don't know where they're from, and then I just figure it out. Like somebody had an argument with me about Bruno Mars the other day. Well, he's from Hawaii. I'm like, is he from Hawaii or did he live in Hawaii? What does that got to do with the fact that the man makes some dope ass music? Like,
it does.
Yeah, I'm like, what? I don't care where the man from. You know, like, let him rock.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah, I don't get it either. But at the same time, I must say that some artists know where they need to say they're from to
get the validity,
quote unquote, get validated as who they want to be. You know, because they're from nowhere, but they need to be from somewhere. So it's better to be from somewhere where people think that they're, you know, hot or, you know, they did this or they did that and they have credibility. So I'm just speaking on the Eminem, the Marshall Mathers thing.
Yeah, but
you know, Vivian, she touches me because she can sing. She don't sing. She's not a singer. She's not somebody that, you know, just does this. She,
true.
Oh my God.
When she hit that, last night I cried.
Right.
Like, who is that? Who is that? Who is that? We need to know who that is.
Yeah. I'm just saying. Look at her.
That's dope. That's dope. And I'm glad y'all appreciate her.
And she's beautiful. Let me just say that too.
Yeah. So, but I'm saying it's like I look at the Fugees, like a perfect example. Now, I think Detroit is a little bit different than New York in this respect, where New York, our New York culture comes from everywhere. It comes from the Midwest, people, family members from the Midwest, family members from the South. But we got heavy Caribbean culture in New York. We have heavy Asian culture in New York. We have heavy Jewish culture in New York, heavy Russian culture. So there's so much different things, Greek culture. We're surrounded by so many different things. And growing up, for example, if you were from the Caribbean, you were cool because you were Jamaican, right? Jamaican, being Jamaican was the cool Caribbean to be, from Bob Marley on down. And the worst thing to be, unfortunately, this is not to sound discriminatory in any kind of way, but I'm just saying how people were in New York. The worst thing to be was a Haitian in back in the days, because they considered Haitians dirty and poor, and there was all this whackness that people would put on the Haitian community, and for no reason. But then the Fugees come out, and Wyclef put that Haitian flag on his back, and he represented a place that no one wanted to be from. It wasn't cool to be from there, and he made the nowhere somewhere. So now there's tons of artists that could say, yeah, I'm telling you, there were artists back in the days who were Haitian, or people that were Haitian that would never admit to it. They'd be like, "Oh, I'm from France."
Oh wow!
Like crazy, like literally, or they'll name some island, some random. I'm from Saint Bart's, because Saint Bart's speaks French, so they'll come up with 10 million different things to be other than Haitian. And now, at least I know for a fact in the New York community, no one's talking about that. It's not even a thing. These kids that grow up today, like within the last 25 years, 30 years, don't even know what that stigma is like, or that stigma was. So sometimes, I'm just saying all that to say, sometimes it's better to maybe be from nowhere, and you carry your nowhere on your back. Is something. I think artists should really think about that.
That's real.
Well,
Why are you laughing? Because he caught you.
I know. His camera angles are horrible.
He came right to me, and I'm
at the wrong time.
At the wrong time. It's all KWAME fault. I'm just saying.
It's so good though.
It's good.
Hey man, tell them the story, Kwame, about poison.
Oh, Belle Biv DeVoe. I don't want to be too long-winded. So I knew this girl in LA, and I was messing with this girl in LA, and her brother. One day, the girl went. I spent the night at her house, and I don't know how I was allowed to do this, because I was clearly like 17, maybe 18. She was around the same age, but she was still in school. And I was allowed to stay at her house, and like the parents were there the whole nine, and like I would never let my daughter sleep with me, let alone any boy. But anyway, so the daughter went to school, and the brother was there. She had like an older brother, and he was like, "Hey, you want to hang out with me?" I'm like, "Sure, let's go." So we hung out, and then the first place we went was Ralph Tresvant's house. I'm like, "What?" So we in Ralph Tresvant's house, and I'm cooling out with Ralph, and me and Ralph get cool. And then he was like, "I'm gonna introduce you to the rest of the guys." Next thing we know, we go to another house, and in this house was Ricky, Ronnie, and Mike, and we all playing Sega Genesis all day, just hanging out. And, so I ended up getting cool with the rest of them, especially Mike. And so one night, Mike calls us up. He's like, "Yo, we're going to this club. You want to come?" So I'm sitting. So he picks us up. It was me, Dana Dane, and our boy Dougie, and not Dougie Fresh. This kid named Dougie out here. And we're all in the car together. And Mike puts in a tape. He's like, "Hey, I just want to let y'all know it's not really public news, but I'm leaving New Edition."
Whoa.
And so everybody's like, "What? Leaving New Edition?" And I'm sitting in the back like, "You bugging, man. You bugging." And he's like, "Nah, not me. Ronnie and Ricky, we gonna have our own group. And I'm like the cynic. I'm in the backseat like, doing what? What are y'all gonna do? How y'all gonna leave? and Mike is like, nah. Check this out. So he puts a tape in, and it's like the beat and like a demo version of Poison. So everybody in the car rocking to it, and I'm in the backseat like, this is the worst song I've ever heard in my life. Like I was not feeling it for some reason. I don't know why I was not feeling it. And so Mike was like, me and Ronnie, we gonna rap. So we need some rhymes. And I was like, oh, this is not a good idea, man. So as we get to the by the time we get to the club, I pull Mike to the side and I give him a napkin. And I was like, look, say it like this. Poison, deadly, moving on slow, looking for a mellow fellow like DeVoe, getting paid late, so you better lay low, scheming on Heart's Money and the whole show, the whole cone. And I'd say the whole thing. It's like, dig up your gun. Let me know. Good luck with that.
Wow.
Next thing I know, a year later, I get a phone call, and I show up at the Poison set, video set, and it's a real record. I'm like, wait, this is a real record? Y'all about to do a video, everything?
Wow.
And he was like, I told you. And, you know, we took care, like he did all the stuff, and then we took care of the business part of it. But I just never, I didn't believe, you know, I didn't believe it was going to happen. And that's how I, you know, wrote on that song. I could, you know, hey.
That's crazy.
That's
wild. Crazy,
that's
dog.
Yeah, man.
Dude,
man,
he never believed in the song, but contributed in such an intricate part. Like,
yeah,
because I believed in the guys.
Yeah,
and I was a New Edition fan, and you know, Mike expressing that things weren't the way that he wanted them to be.
Mm-hmm.
Why not? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
You know, when I would tell people that I was trying to do whatever the things that I was trying to do, people didn't believe me as well, and that's when I stopped. You know, I learned to stop telling people things. But I also learned that you tell people your ideas. You gotta know who to tell the ideas to.
Yeah.
How they can be effective to your ideas. You only tell your ideas to people that you believe that can enhance the idea. You don't even have to ask them to help. You might just ask them what their advice is, but you tell them the idea for that reason. And I understood that at an early age. So it was like it was nothing to me. It was a car ride. It was a car ride to the club, writing something on the napkin. You know, so that became a classic.
Oh my God. He wrote it on a napkin.
Yeah.
This is classic for you right here. Here go a classic for you right here.
There we go. Ben was about to knock my head off.
Ooh, classic. Ben Diesel live right there. That was a classic for you right there.
Wow.
Yep.
Hey, how was it like working with LL Cool J?
It was great, man. That was like one of the first projects that I started to do as a producer. And you know, I don't want to be too long-winded. But it's like there was a period in my life from a rapper with a deal to I would say a major producer. I call like a gray area. And in this period, I made no money. I was broke. My money, my income was very, you know, luckily my record sold enough and I had enough things that happened in the past that kept the lights on. But it was struggle nation for real. And
I know it.
So when I got the LL Cool J call, I remember it was one of those situations, like I said, before you send, this was pre-sending Pro Tools files. You had to go to the studio and actually re-cut your shit.
Yeah.
So I remember getting the call and it was like, yo, we're going in with LL tonight. You got to be at the studio at such and such time. You know, bring your shit. And I remember sitting there, and as the time got closer, and I was getting sick. Like I felt like I was coming down with something, and I was like, "Yo, man, I'm gonna have to cancel this session." And what it really was, what I didn't realize what it was a panic attack. And it wasn't a panic attack because I was afraid.
Wow.
It was a realization that you are about to go from one stage of your life to another stage of your life. And you were so used to being in this one stage that you were in and pushing and pushing and struggling and trying to make things work for so long. In one train ride, that all can change.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? 20 minutes, 10, 15, 20 minute train ride downtown to the studio, your whole lifestyle can potentially change, because LL didn't just buy one song, he bought 3 songs. So, and it was LL bought 3 and Mary J bought 1. So 4. So I went from doing nothing to producing the 2 top people in black music. Literally
Crazy.
You got blessed.
Like God was like, okay, you went through what you went through. Now you're going. Now you're here, and so, you know, it was funny because there was a producer, like I mentioned him before, named Ron Lawrence, and Ron produced a lot of records for Bad Boy, but like I said, he was from my neighborhood, and he always would check in on me and check up, and he was super hot at the time, and he was the one that was responsible for getting my music back out there. So, Ron didn't tell OL or anybody that it was me who did the beat. So when I got to the studio and I'm doing the beat and everything, L walks in. He's like, "Yo, Kwame, what you doing here?" And I'm like, "I'm producing your record." He's like, "Wait, that's you?" And from there, the industry kind of got the win. That's how people started knowing, because L started telling everybody, you know, the A&R up at Def Jam. So I started getting Def Jam working. You know, it just was a snowball effect from that point. So my gut was telling me, you know, even though my gut was moving around in all different places trying to give me a panic attack, it was just letting me know, like, yo, dude, your life, and your gut is just another word for God. It's like saying your life is about to change.
Mm-hmm.
You went through your trial, and this is, and I think everybody in life goes through this. We all go through our trials, but as long as we make steps toward, and that's the important thing, we gotta make steps toward what we really, really, really want to do, because the thing that flips it happens in an instant.
Yes.
So building up to it, you're definitely building up to it, and that takes time. But the tipping point, the thing that makes everything tip over, happens just like that. And you got to be prepared for it. And
that's exactly.
You know, luckily, I was prepared for it. I was fully prepared for it. And you know, that's the advice that I give to anybody. And I know you're asking about LL, but it turns into the advice that I give to anybody that wants to do anything, and especially in the music industry, is to always be prepared. If somebody says, I can rap. If somebody goes, you don't know who's going to ask you to spit a rhyme. You don't know.
Yeah.
You can't be like, or sing something. You can't do that. You can't do that. Or whatever it is. Even if it's Keisha, even if it's like, okay, cook something. You know what I'm saying? You can't not know what you know, you're not, everybody has to always be prepared for the thing that they really want to do in life. They have to be at all times. You never know when that moment happens. And so for me, that LL Cool J situation was that moment.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Wow. You know, it was crazy. It was like one of those things, like I got a call from Ron. Ron was like, yo, they paid a deposit on the beat. So I went from no money to to 3 tracks being paid for.
Wow.
So I'm going to the studio. Not only am I picking up a nice size check, I'm also producing somebody who's arguably the greatest rapper of all time at the time. So,
Yeah. Excuse me.
We had the conversation yesterday. A lot of people don't like to what we talked about earlier. People forget who the icons are and who should be placed on that, pedestal.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you said that, because I say it all the time. A lot of people are like, they only know certain songs. They know the radio songs, and they don't sit down and study the complete body of work. There's a reason that people say that, and you got to listen to know.
Yeah. Before LL, it's normal now for somebody to have a 10-year career, a 15-year career, in some cases a 20-year career. Back then, you had a 4-year career. If
you could
get 2 albums.
Yep.
Yeah, if that. Rappers were done in 1 album, 2 albums, gone. Gone from existence. And LL was the one rapper that was able to push it to 20 years. You know what I'm saying? Why y'all laughing at? Why are you laughing at?
Keisha, you should just wave at the camera. Like, what is wrong with you?
You just waving at
Just waving at you while you talking. Like, what is that? Like, keep it together.
Pull it together, Keisha. Pull it together.
Keisha, pull it together. I'm just so happy. Put on Carmex to wave. What are you doing?
Told you it was real, man. You are definitely her favorite MC. You know what I'm saying?
Just waving. Like,
it's real.
Your face is real.
I appreciate that, Keisha. I 1,000,000% appreciate that.
Oh my God.
Pull yourself together, Keisha.
Man, he was talking some shit. And here you go. I'm so sorry. Like, what? Right? Like, oh my God, look at him. It's kWAME. Oh my God.
Y'all not even embarrassing her. Y'all making me blush.
Woo! Okay, so take a breath. She need an inhaler at this point. My mom. What? So it just trickled down. It was for your mom being you. Like what? My mom loves you. Too.
Your mom?
Yeah, her name is Beverly, and I can't remember the exact words that she said. Jesus. But when I told her that you were going to be on the show, she was very happy. Why is she talking like that?
Well, tell Miss Beverly that I appreciate all of that as well. Did Miss Beverly teach you how to cook, or is she
Wait a minute, no. Miss Beverly cooked bacon in the microwave. No. But I mean, her absence of not teaching you how to cook made you cook, so I guess. No, she didn't. Sorry, Beth.
For the record, me and Keisha almost been together 30 years, and I have never in my life heard her talk like this.
Yeah, I'm like,
just for the record.
Who are you?
And I
Who are you?
And I just want to know my mom. Okay, at least I take responsibility. She turned into a 12-year-old child. Listen. He can't even see straight no more. It started with a picture. Wait, I'm finna take it off the wall and show you.
Oh
my God, she taking stuff off the wall. Wait, but he got to know that you was on here. Look, I think he knows he was on there. Wait, where?
That one.
This one?
No.
Now she don't know where the camera's at.
Yeah.
Oh, child, get it together.
okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you made my day. Night. Next day. Week, year. Come on, what else? Bring it. And I'm just saying, like.
That was a dope show, and I appreciate meeting you guys and being on the show as well. I appreciate it. Cool. Y'all killing me with that.
So July, you know it's a date when you pull up. You know it's on in July.
I am pulling all the way up. Trust me.
And Viv gonna be with you in July.
We need to see.
Yeah.
We love
She gonna be with you. Okay. All right. What's up, Mix? Anything you want to say to close out with kWAME?
Dude, your career, stellar production. You know, I like to say it's a surprise to some people, but for people that know, they know.
Yeah.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Much love, brother.
Thank you for having me.
He just purchased your record live on the Itiszzz.
Oh my God.
Is there anything you gotta say to this man?
Yes, I do. So the concept behind the album.
Yeah.
So it's called For Him, and I made it because a lot of females, they love to write songs about how they hate guys and how they not nothing, and you know that whole spiel. They don't really make songs anymore about how they love them and how they're supposed to take care, you know, like just words of positivity to the man. So the whole album is to a man, you know, just telling him, you know,
words of affirmation.
Yeah, words of affirmation and stuff like that. So that's why it's called For Him.
Yes.
Yeah, so I do hope that you enjoy it when you listen to it. I thank you for even wanting to listen to it and being on the show. You dropped a lot of knowledge, and I was just like, ooh, for real? Never knew Biggie was 1,000, but you know, it was nice hearing all the stories and meeting a legend. So thank you.
Thank you. Camp, do me a favor. Text me. Kelly, you have Instagram?
I do. Yes.
Yes. Text me. Have Camp text me that so I can have it.
Okay.
All right.
Definitely will.
I'll send you Keisha's too.
We're friends on Instagram.
So you want to be friends on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. And she want to come by your Saturday show you do.
Oh no, y'all should definitely got to check out the Saturday Saturday morning tunes every Saturday. Your time would be either 10:30, 11 o'clock in the morning. I go for like 3 hours and I just spin classic hip hop, man.
Okay.
I don't, I go from the beginning all the way up to maybe like the early 2000s. Now you kind of stop there, and I just, I go East Coast, West Coast, Midwest, down South, grimy 90s, golden era, a foundation era, and we just have a good time. But even more so, the community within, it's like having being at like an intimate setting of classic hip hop. But the comments, I gotta not look at the comments and just because the community they call the Tune Crew, and these guys be cutting up and just it's like a whole community based thing, down to the point where it's like I'm hearing that they got like Tune Crew meetups and chats, and there's a whole community based around this thing that I pretty much started when the pandemic hit. I was kind of bummed out. I'm not really a big birthday person, but I really wanted to do something for my birthday last March, and I couldn't because everything was shut down. So I was like,
hardcore shit now.
Yeah, so I was like, well, instead of worrying about what I can do for myself, let me see what I can give. And so what I did was I started this thing, the Saturday morning tunes. It was called the One Song Breakfast Jam. And I would play classic hip hop, and I was bringing in classic artists to perform. So we did that on my birthday, and it fell on a Saturday, so that was great. And so many artists came through, and so many artists performed on live. And this is when nobody was using Instagram Live, so nobody knew how to jump on. Nobody knew how to log. It was like terrible, but it was great at the same time. It was like West Coast artists, East Coast artists. It was just dope. And then a month later, I did a second part, and so it was like 45 artists in total that came on and performed. And then from there, it became like a weekend thing of just spinning the classic hip hop. And so,
that's great.
Been going for almost a year now. It'll be a year in a week. So,
well, we there. We there. What, next Saturday? We there.
Saturday, Saturday morning, 11 o'clock.
Yeah, we will be in there. Anything you want to sign off with for us, kWAME?
No, well, I just want to thank everybody for spending this time with me. I also, as far as just like pitching something, please go out and get the new Vivian Green album. It's called Love Absolute. It is out now. It just came out. The first single and the video should be out pretty soon. Also, she has a record with Ghostface that we just did. So big shouts to Ghostface on his verses yesterday. Check out the record she has with Ghostface called
He's nice, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I produced the whole album, and it's a great album. So I just want everybody to go check that out. It's called Love Absolute.
Absolute.
And that's it. That's my push.
Hey, I got a kick out of watching you and Viv argue over the song you produced for her. Like not this album, but the last album. The first single. Was that
we argue on every single record I do.
Oh my God. That's
the studio session starts out as an argument and then it turns into a song. It'll happen every single time. So Every time. That's how we work.
Yeah. Well, hey, we look forward to seeing you live here on the Itiszzz in July.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
We gonna look forward to that.
Even if I gotta stay an extra day in Detroit,
you can do that. You can definitely do that. Yeah. All right, Keisha, what you got to say? Do we got to get the dictionary for your closing words?
Pen and paper?
No.
Okay.
I just have to say thank you.
Thank you.
That's it. That's just it. Thank you.
So are we gonna have shabu shabu when I come there?
Is that what you want?
Yeah, I think so because that looks so good.
Shabu shabu it is.
Yep.
That shit was good. That shit was good.
Pretty good. Pretty healthy.
So Keisha, don't cook it again until July. Don't get them used to it. We gotta hype it up. We gotta amp it up.
Okay. I'm with that because that shit was good just to get a taste now. Yeah. So by July, I'm gonna be like, when my nigga kWAME coming in this bitch? Because it was good.
To me, the best thing about it was there was no salt, there was no butter, there's no dairy. That was for you. Nothing. There's nothing in it but the ingredients and pepper and shit. Pepper and seeds.
Okay.
Yes.
You can add some salt. You can add some salt to it, but the broth should put the flavor like.
Yeah. The broth was
fine the way it was.
Enough. Yeah.
And then you have the dipping sauces too.
Yeah, that ponzu sauce is the best sauce for me. Now I like the sesame, but the ponzu was the best for me, especially with the green onions and then that little daikon in there. I loved it.
Or even the traditional soy sauce can give it flavor as well.
That would have been great. A little touch of soy for me.
Oh man, you should have said something. We got some.
I was done.
A little sodium too.
I was already done eating it though.
I can't say
that ponzu.
Yeah, ponzu. And
the
honestly,
one sauce could have had some peanut butter in it.
No, it's listen.
Okay.
What?
I'm just saying.
Okay.
It was good, but I could have.
Because this is. I'm sure.
Or you can also use hot sauce.
Oh.
Yeah, this is. I don't know how you see if you see.
Yeah, it's in reverse.
But that's the ponzu sauce. It was straight out the bottle. And
really?
It was citrus straight out the bottle.
Okay.
Yeah, or you can also use like hot sauce as well.
And then this is the sesame.
Oh, that was sesame. Oh, that's what that was.
Yeah, sesame. So that's why you had that like nutty flavor.
Yeah.
They went to the straight Asian market and got this stuff, boy.
Yeah.
Everything.
Okay.
It was
good.
Okay, he's hungry.
All right, well, I know you're hungry, man, so I know we gotta let you go, man. But we got much love for you, man. Great combo, and we'll continue this since we got all the hip hop out the way. We'll talk about some Vivian Green and some other good things when you're here in July.
Yes.
Yes, please.
All right.
All right.
Peace out.
Peace out.
To the man we all know and love.
Thank you.
All right.
For sure.
Ow.
That was dope.
Man,
That was dope.
Keisha almost dropped the plates, the bowls, a table. She almost flipped over a table.
Yeah, you were.
Poor little Tink Tink.
You okay?
Poor little Tink
You okay,
Tink.
Keisha?
Yes,
You were struggling over there. I was like, I never seen her so clumsy. What's wrong?
Never.
So I wanted to let you know.
I never.
I wanted to let Hot Mix know that Beverly has a new nickname for you.
Oh, what is it?
Because Night Rider, she said they used to call her the KKK.
Oh yeah,
She said so she doesn't want to call you that anymore, so she calls you Night Magic.
Oh,
That's wild.
and she said, "Hi, Night Magic."
Now look at his face. Who's blushing who?
and speaking of magic, you can't forget Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
I'm sorry, I fucked it up. Mondays,
Wednesdays,
and Booty Music Friday. At what time?
5 o'clock.
Mr. 5
Mr.
o'clock.
5 o'clock. You can't forget it.
Wax
Okay,
Tax
hold on.
and Dre.
Wax Tax and Dre.
That's him.
Yeah. So what's the new name here again?
Night Magic.
Night
Oh.
I'm
Magic.
sorry, we gotta say it like
No.
Night Magic.
Oh.
We're gonna leave that one there.
No, you must be like,
Ooh, look at the
That's
time.
me. Look at the time. Got
Ooh, look at the time.
Also, Mr. Champtown.
yeah, you need to talk.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
before we get into this though, let's talk about how you got blocked off of Facebook.
Oh,
Yeah.
let's not let that happen again.
Facebook
We
jail.
are not gonna let that happen again.
I've been warning you.
ML said that he wants a shirt. Your shirt is dope. He loves the show.
Oh,
It's a
thank
very
you,
great show.
ML.
But back to what I was going. Trippy sauce.
Trippy.
I have it here.
Stop.
You ain't do your
What's his
battle line.
name?
His name is Trippy Uzumaki.
Thank you.
But the sauce is called Trippy Sauce.
Uzumaki.
We have it here. It's ready.
Here,
Contact
So,
your local
Do they
chef.
know, does everybody
here.
know about
Look
Trippy and the challenges, how he gives the ingredients and whatnot?
Mm-hmm.
You see
Yeah,
this,
we
y'all?
talked about it.
All
That's
right.
the Trippy sauce. This is the sample jar.
So now we have a mild one as well. So if you don't like spice, it's not even that spicy, but it does have a kick.
Right. It does.
But if you
Need
don't
more
want
kick.
none of that, she can get you a mild one.
I think it needs more kick.
You think it need more kick? He want an extra
I
hot
want
one.
nose to run.
Okay.
Sweat.
She can do that for you. You can call that the extreme trippy sauce.
Word up.
No. Trippy. Night.
Okay, get out of here.
We
gotta go.
We gotta thank everybody for tuning in to Itiszzz today.
Thank
You heard from the boy genius himself, kWAME. And it seems like things are starting to open up around here. So hopefully by July, you're gonna see kWAME live right here on the Itiszzz with Vivian Green. So the conversation is just gonna continue. The food's just gonna continue, and things gonna keep getting good. And you know, the last word always comes from the OG himself.
Ice.
Hey, yo, what's up? It's Ice T on the set, SVU, out here on location. I want you to do something for me. I want you to eat good. I want you to drink good. And I want you to keep talking shit. All right? Champ, my people. For real, for real.